Scholastic Association. AZ Preps 365 focuses on all Arizona high school sports, student athletes, news, and notes from around Arizona. Join your host, Jose Garcia, Brett Quintine, and James Mello as they cover the prep sports scene from A to Z. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings from 8 to 10 on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents and Doug.
Breathe out and repeat after me. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Your bird is eating my candles.
Your bird is eating my candles.
No, seriously, he's making a mess.
No, seriously.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Get a customized quote at libertymutual.com.
Everybody, Mark Asher, about to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends who've used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time, and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now, you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention The Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
Pack your bags for an amazing trip. And our resort, a short walk away from shopping and fine dining. No. Let's try this again. Honey, I booked the vacation of our dreams. No. Getaway. Yes. Okay, honey, I booked the getaway of our...
Hey, sweetie, I'm home.
Oh, here goes. Hey, hon, I got a surprise for you.
No matter how you say it, your luxury oasis is just a short drive away to Hermosa Beach, California. Relax in one of Hermosa Oasis's beautifully appointed apartment home retreats. Take in our ocean breezes, panoramic sunset views, or stroll along 20 miles of oceanfront strand. All of our beach homes offer fully equipped kitchens, crisp linens, plus beach towels, chairs, and umbrellas, along with cable TVs and wireless internet throughout the home and oceanfront patio. You don't have to wait until summer to bask in the warmth of the California sun. Visit hermosaoasis.com. That's hermosaoasis.com. Save extra with off-season rates. Now, anytime is a great time to get away. Visit hermosaoasis.com.
Last year is in the books. This season is already off to a spectacular start.
Saturday, April 10th, NASCAR returns to the Fanatic for the running of the Blue Emu 500 from the legendary Martinsville Raceway.
Don't miss a moment of the ground-pounding excitement of NASCAR. Sponsored by Phoenix Raceway and your new epicenter for NASCAR racing in the Valley. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Wednesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We had Phil there in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale, and you guys are on the Summit Mail Medical text line, 888-368-1580. What are you doing, Randy? Did you fart or something?
I'm waving at all the good people out there in Radio Land.
I thought we covered that yesterday with man law. You don't sit there and wave like Forrest Gump. You give a manly one of these. You know, or you
I do that. I do that every day. Yeah, I just wanted to give them the old wave, like hi.
Looks like you just like something happening in there.
No, that would have been like this right here.
I tell you what, if that was going to be indicative of anything, it would be the movies my wife has made me watch lately.
Real stinkers, huh?
How? Oh my God. And it's not her fault because she was going by the Netflix rating, right?
Yeah.
So we're sitting there like, okay, over the weekend, what do you want to watch? She's like, I got it. This is gonna be great. It was the #1 movie in America. Let's watch this thing. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm excited. And she puts up on the screen Coming to America, the new version. The
#2.
Yeah. And it was a big, fat, stinking pile of #2. It was horrible.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to watch it. Yeah, #1. Why can't they just leave things alone, man? Why do they always have to do a #2?
It was not fair to John Amos or James Earl Jones. This might be one of their last movies because they're both old as hell.
Yeah.
And to taint their legacy with this horrible movie. It's just sad. And it was just bad. The story was bad. It wasn't that funny, very little funny. And I was just so just disappointed. I thought at least it'd be kind of okay. I thought maybe a rehash of what they did 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Ooh, so
Really
bad.
bad, huh?
So then she, then another night, she's like, all right, sit down. I got one for you. I'm like, okay. And it's the number 6 movie in America.
Oh, boy.
And we watched it, and it was called Skylines, and it was better than Coming to America, but still one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, that's too bad.
She's no longer allowed to pick movies. I mean, okay, I say that, but
I was gonna say you can say that publicly, but
I can't. I shouldn't even say that publicly. There's no way.
Yeah,
Here's the thing: I'm easygoing, so I'll always say, "Hey, what do you want to watch? We'll watch that." And she knows better than to go Hallmark Channel on me or anything like that. So yeah, there's no part of man law or anything manly that states that you always have to hold that remote control. It's just however you work as a couple. So there's no man card accreditation or violation in letting her use the remote or you using the remote. Shouldn't matter. You guys are supposed to be a team. You're supposed to be a loving team. Yeah. But I gotta say, so far she is 2 bad movies in a row, and woof. I'll tell you what. I told you, don't ever use the rating system from Netflix again, because they're wrong. And it means a lot of people have watched it. It does not mean a lot of people have liked it. It was bad.
So did you watch the entire movie Coming to America too?
Yeah, we got in hoping. Here's what happens: you start watching a movie, right? And you're like, okay, let's see where this goes. Let's see where this goes. Let's see. Now you're about a quarter of the way in. And I did this thing where I kind of look over at my wife, like, see what she's seeing. Like, there's a look on her face, and I'm not going to say nothing. Maybe she's enjoying it. Maybe I'll just keep my mouth shut. And then about halfway through that, I look at her. She's making the same faces. And I'm like, this is so bad. And she's like, it is. It's so bad. And, then you're invested. Then you get to about 3/4 of the way, and you're like, well, we have to see this through now because it's a bad movie.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I asked Miss Kim if there's something and it's going very wrong. It's going wrong. I have no problem.
You know what? I adjust
somewhere else.
Both of you guys' audio levels each and every day. You know what you would love, Jeffrey?
What's that?
Practically a biography. You should go watch Sound of Metal. It's on Amazon.
What?
Yeah, it's called The Sound of Metal. Yeah.
What?
Yep. Yeah.
It's
about a guy who's going deaf.
What?
Sound of Metal.
Yeah.
What do you say, Randy?
It's really good. It's nominated for an Oscar.
He said you need to watch Sound of Metal, Jeffrey. Sound of Metal.
Okay, the flower pedal.
No.
What?
Sound of Metal.
Deshaun Watson should settle. What?
No.
What?
No.
What do you say?
No. Never mind. Moving on. Moving on. You're just moving on.
So yeah, it was bad. And a lot of times, if I'm watching something by myself, I'll turn it off too. But the one thing that is hard is you pay the money to go into the movie theater, and it's so bad. You're like, I'm out. And I've done that twice in my life, and coincidentally with the same person next to me in the exact same place. And it was the drive-in theater at Scottsdale. It was my son.
All right.
No, it was my son. You
Jeffrey O'Brien After Dark. All right.
My son.
Drive-in theater. Yeah.
I said my son. It was me and my son. Creep.
All right.
Anyway,
we're going to go somewhere with this.
No, there's nowhere to go. So, I mean, if it had been a date, then I wouldn't have cared about the movie.
Back to Jeffrey O'Brien After Dark.
But it was my young son, so stop playing the music.
Okay.
So we're watching there at the Scottsdale Drive-In Theater. I don't know if it's even around. I think it's gone.
No, it's still in, and it's been immensely popular with COVID and everything.
All right. Well, anyways,
immensely popular.
Yeah,
I drove the hell away.
How else are you going to watch a movie?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
I drove the hell away from 2 movies. If we'd been in the theater, we'd have walked out. But this is
wait.
Come on, man. That's so disrespectful.
You pay $85.
Turned on the high beams just to be that guy, and
yeah.
just drove away.
Did you drive around?
Yeah, I just hit a couple of donuts right there. This is bullcrap.
Hey, man, get out of here.
So I don't remember the year right off the top of my head, but I remember the movies. And the movies were Starsky and Hutch. Horrible.
What?
Horrible.
It wasn't that bad.
Oh my God, it was bad. I thought it'd be good. Ben Stiller and Heidi Fogelsong. I'm sorry, Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson.
And there was a callback for a broken nose, right?
Yeah.
And then the other movie, Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, no.
I didn't want to see it to begin with because I never watched Dukes of Hazzard when I was a kid. But my son was like, yeah, you know, he always like hear the other kids talk about it and be like, well, we got to check this out. And he was like, wow, that was a mistake. Him and I were always on the same page, and we're like, let's get out of here. We're out of here. Although we watched Robots, you know, that computer animated
robot with
robot.
Robin Williams.
Yeah, and Ewan McGregor, and he loved that. So, listen, I figured, we got both the two things going for us: good taste and a vehicle that drives away. So that's what we did.
So now, wait a minute. You, the guy who cannot handle the country and Western music in any way, shape, or form,
and
you went to watch Dukes of Hazzards?
Yeah, I knew there'd be
good
that.
old boys.
There wouldn't be like
doing the best they can.
Right. Well, that's just like a theme song and stuff. But I didn't think there'd be country music, Western singing. I don't think there was, except for the theme song, which we all grew up with. So
Even
I guess
Burt
that was
Reynolds
okay.
was in that. Now that I'm thinking about it,
He was in Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah.
What part did he play?
Boss Hogg. That's
Boss
right.
Hogg,
He played Boss Hogg?
I don't know if we got that far.
Oh my God.
I honestly don't know if
That's
we got that far in the
that's so
movie
bad,
to see
man.
that.
That's so bad to walk out of a
Drove the
movie.
hell
So
away.
disrespectful. I've only walked out of one film in all of my life. Even if it's horrible, the one film was Borat, and that's because I watched it with my 73-year-old grandmother, and I had no idea what I was signed
That
up
doesn't
for.
count. You
and
escorted somebody out for their safety.
Exactly. As soon as they were running around naked in the hotel, I was like, "All right, Grandma, let's get out of here. I can't."
You
do this
took Grandma to Borat?
I watched it in the theaters, and I was very young at that time. I had no idea.
Oh boy.
Shame on each and all of you.
Wow.
So all right. So those are the only two movies I've driven on. There's a movie I wanted to turn off. A former co-host of this very show back in the Palm Springs, California days recommended a movie. Start watching this, and I'm thinking, well, this guy's not ever steered me wrong before. And I'm like, all right, well, this should get better. All right, there must be some huge payoff here. Chappie. What a horrible pile of crap that movie was. Not the robot, And there's these.
Don't you mean
rockers.
crappy?
It was crappy.
Yeah,
Chappie was crappy. It was horrible. And if I'd have known better, I'd have drove away. But again, and that's even what I'm telling you. If I can sit through Chappie, but I can't sit through Coming to America, or if I can't sit through Dukes of Hazzard, or the Starsky and Hutch. And I loved Starsky and Hutch when I was a kid. I loved that. It was one of my favorite shows. It was so much fun. But then they just ruined it. Anyway, so what's a movie you've had to walk out of? Now, Phil, because of his grandma, me, because I have taste, Randy, probably a lot of them. Have you ever walked out of you've paid at the theater?
No, because if I pay that much money to go watch a movie, I'm going to make damn sure it's a good movie.
Yeah, well, you can't always know. You can't always know.
I make damn sure. I wait.
How?
First of all, I don't go to movies when they first come out. I wait. See, I wait because if I'm going to spend $85 entrance fee for two people to go in, and then you get the snacks and the drinks, and you go in there, now you're in $150 to go watch a 90-minute movie. I'm going to make damn sure somebody I trust went and saw the movie, and it's a good one, and they recommend it because they know I don't like to go watch stinkers.
Yeah,
I will not go watch stinkers.
You know, sometimes reviews, sometimes friends,
I don't read that
sometimes there's
crap.
no good indication. And I know you have found yourself in a movie theater where you're like,
I can't think of anything.
This
Jeff,
ain't that
though.
good.
I can't think of anything that's been a real bad experience because again, I work hard for my money, and if I go in and pay that much money to watch a movie, it better be good. Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, there's no way, and especially as I get older, I'm running out of time for good movies. I'll just walk right the hell out.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't wasting my time with that.
Yeah.
888-368-1580. So movies so bad you turned them off. I think there's been some times where I've started trying to watch like a show or something on the Netflix, and I'm like,
different. Show's completely different.
yeah, I ain't coming back to this garbage. And movie wise, yeah, I do better there than I do,
How many
taking that chance and paying in person.
How many episodes do you give a show if you hear that it's really good and you just need to get through a certain part to when it pays off?
4.
That's
I give
really
4
generous.
episodes.
Actually. That's really
4
generous.
episodes to be sure, because sometimes shows front load a bunch of
Sure,
you know,
information,
character development,
background
stuff,
setting. Yeah.
Well, you know, a show that would go like, holy crap, to okay, kind of chill. Holy crap, kind of chill was The Expanse. That was a great show, and it's going to have its last season on Amazon coming up next season. But that's a good show. That's a damn good show. But it was slow in some spots. So I remember my wife and I started watching it, but then we forgot about it. Then we went back to it, and we're like, wait a second, let's give this another chance. And we loved it. So sometimes you got to give it at least 4 episodes. I think we only got a little bit through the first episode the first time around, and that's why. So
second favorite show of all time, Frasier, has that exact same problem, where it's like the first 3 episodes are just setting and scenery, and you're getting to know the characters, and then start 4, here comes the laughs.
See now,
Frasier?
yeah, you guys told me I needed to watch that Star Wars spinoff. What was it called? Mongoloid? What was it?
The Mandalorian.
The Mango.
Nah.
Yeah. Seriously?
How many
Yeah,
episodes did you give it?
Nah. Most of 1.
Oh, come on.
Nah.
Yeah, you really got to give it a couple more, Randy.
Nah.
You got to give it a couple more.
I couldn't. Yeah. No.
Fish Tank says, Jeffrey, my fiance and I made it 20 minutes into Coming to America before we shut that off.
Oh.
Kyle G says, me and friends went to midnight release of Die Hard 4 or 5 or whichever one. It was sold out. So we bought tickets to some rom-com. We went in, then we snuck over into Die Hard. Only time I've walked out of a movie and felt guilty about it for 5 minutes. All right. So you walked out of the rom-com to get to Die Hard. Well, that's not quite the same thing. Or did you walk out of the Die Hard movie because it sucked? Heelbin Mike says, when I was young, we'd go to Louisiana for vacation, and the entire South would shut down on Friday night when the Dukes of Hazzard came on. It was actually a little bit scary.
Yeah.
You're thinking somebody just got word of a nuke coming from the Ruskies, huh?
Yeah.
Circumcised Mosquito says, I would walk out on any movie that wins Best Picture at the Academy Awards. You never even heard of most of them anyways. And like, honestly, you're not missing anything.
Come on.
You remember a few years ago when Will Ferrell did that movie, it was all he did it all in Spanish, and it was shot in black and white.
Yes. Casa de mi Padre.
Yeah. I didn't see I saw part of the movie, and I was like, the hell?
It's just a kind of an art piece for Will Ferrell. He did it legitimately in Spanish. There's some really actually famous people in there.
Yeah.
And they did it just to be silly. The thing where the giant leopard takes away the Ken doll model of Will Ferrell, and it's just supposed to be
now,
bad.
Randy.
I didn't get that far.
What on earth, from the prompt of I don't watch Oscar-nominated films for Best Pictures, possibly made you think of Will Ferrell and Casa de mi Padre?
His name probably saw Will Ferrell and thought, "Ooh, this might be good." Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I probably saw that it won like Academy Awards or something.
No.
And I thought, maybe I should watch it.
Not in the site. Although this year, a Will Ferrell film does have an Oscar nomination. Eurovision has Best Original Song.
I was flipping through and saw that. It's one of those
good.
things on Netflix. I was like, I'll get around to watching this later. This might be okay.
Good.
But
if you go in it with no expectations, which I did, it was actually surprisingly good. And the music,
I think a lot of the Academy must have died off from COVID.
Yeah.
Randy's chuckle says, the 4th time I started crying, I walked out of What Dreams May Come. Oh, wow. First off, I can't believe you cried. Man card violation. But I know the movie. It is a very touching movie. That's a hard movie to watch. You're absolutely right.
Who amongst us has not cried at Sophie's Choice? Oh,
me.
Come on.
Never saw it.
Big Steve says, I don't walk out of movies. I don't even turn them off at home. Space Force sat through that crap, all of it. Space Force was actually pretty good. I don't know why you got a hard time with that one. Mr. Pringle says, Jeffrey, when does Take Your Kid to Work Day end? I don't know. First off, Phil's not my kid. Navy Brad says, hey guys, sorry, it's been a while since I've texted in. Life is tanked. I'm going through the big D in life. Oh man, sorry to hear that. He says, but the good news is
depression.
No, I'm thinking he means divorce.
Oh,
he certainly doesn't mean the other D.
Yeah, that's why.
Anyways,
I was like, what on
let me
earth?
tell you.
I was thinking diphtheria. So
his good news is he's had his first COVID shot. Not well, maybe he's got diarrhea.
Yeah,
that actually is plausible. He says his next shot he gets on the 6th of April. Congratulations, Navy Brad.
Hey, way to go, man.
Box of Screws says, well, the Scottsdale Drive-In has been gone for a long time. The one at Glendale's still open, and yeah, that one does pretty well. Mr. Wilbur says, guys, I am so excited. Today is National Great Sports Talk Radio. How about you guys do 4 hours? Go get them. Well, we don't do great.
No.
So we'll do
Have you
this.
heard the show?
Yeah, I can't promise great, Mr. Wilbur. Jagdog says fecal fire Phil. Suns win again. How you like them apples, Benedict Arnold? He's talking to you, Phil.
Yeah. Show me whenever we get into the playoffs. I'm done with the Suns.
SOL says, hey everybody, look, they're still here. Yeah, I know. We can't believe we're still here either.
Yeah.
And honestly, Phil, with your are you starting to regret that though? You're starting to regret that, right? You're giving up on the Suns. And
I still feel completely justified. If nothing else, I will feel to my dying day justified in what I did in my decision. They had no right to lose that game. They had absolutely no right. Brooklyn Nets had nobody in a sack of
walk
potatoes.
away from your team.
Can't hear you over the Suns theme song.
Yeah,
Can't
no,
hear you.
They lost to a sack of potatoes and Lucky Charms over there.
What's
And the full-on pillow underneath the James Harden's uniform.
Their badass theme is drowning you out, Fecal Phil.
Yeah, I'm sure. Here, let me help you with that there, Randy. All right.
110 to 100 over the Miami Heat. And so now they have won 8 of their last 10 games. And everything is looking good for the Phoenix Suns, top of the division. Okay, almost. And doing great. So nothing to worry about here. So.
Yeah, have won 7 consecutive road games.
Yeah. So what? So I guess that'll teach you, Phil. That'll teach you. You blew it.
Okay.
Was it the Heat or was it? Oh, I guess the Magic is the next game. That's tonight.
Yes, that is tonight at 5 p.m.
All right.
Just the tip says, good afternoon, gentlemen. The only movie I walked out of was Poseidon Adventure. Could literally see the edges of the buckets that were splashing those actors with water.
Wow.
You mean a remake or like the original? I don't know. I mean, that's
because I thought the remake was fairly good, but again, I saw it when I was really young. So
Kiss the Cook says, I walked out of Beloved and Ishtar. I'm still praying to get my time back that I spent watching those. Yeah, Ishtar was a little bit rough.
I've never even heard of Ishtar.
Beloved though. Berg says, good afternoon, gentlemen. And you too, Phil. Randy, I have that Will Ferrell bobblehead for you, buddy.
Oh, hey, thanks. I love that. That's the
Ricky Bobby?
Ron Burgundy.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey.
Ron Burgundy, not Ricky Bobby.
Ron Burgundy.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
All of your imitations sounded pretty much exactly the same. You know that, right?
Except for like Stitch or something. I got a good
Stitch.
Yeah, like from Lilo and Stitch.
Let's hear that. Okay, I'm sure that's perfect.
Yeah.
Helaman Mike says, hey, Phil, who has the best road record in the league? It ain't the Lakers.
Well, it's good that they're making their way to the top of the standing where they will have home field advantage throughout.
All right, we got to take a break. I can't listen to Phil babble on anymore about stupid things. We have to take this time and come on back. Let's talk some more about your Phoenix Suns, and we'll throw some Coyotes in there too. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Businesses that run like clockwork establish routines they trust. That's why over 1 million companies rely on Cintas. We'll help you protect employees and customers with essential safety supplies. Inspect your fire protection systems and devices. Hygienically launder your uniforms. And keep you well-stocked with the leading hand sanitizers and disinfecting wipes. Learn how Cintas can help you open your doors with confidence. Oh, I'm ready! Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
If you want to work for a small business and you thought radio advertising was too expensive, listen up. Bruce Jacobs here, and The Fanatic has a fantastic offer to get the word out that your business is open. You'll get a customized advertising campaign, letting our loyal listeners know that you are ready to serve. It's affordable, costing only hundreds, where all the other radio stations charge thousands. So don't wait. This opportunity won't last forever. The Open for Business package is now available. Go to 1580thefanatic.com, find out all the details, and get your small business kicking ass again.
Contractors, are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go. Serving all types of contractors of any size, licensed in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit CBIalliance.com.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100-plus degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602-ProCopy. That's 602-776-2679.
The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And our next round of NCAA March Madness starts Saturday at 11 a.m. here on 1580, The Fanatic. Yes, Saturday and Sunday, both days. Broadcast starts at 11 a.m. Now, somebody asked me, so what is it like? Which games do they play? How do they figure that out? I said, well, it has been described as like red zone, like when you watch on the NFL games and stuff. They will bounce around from the best games to the best games and keep you up to date on everything that is happening. So, yes, it's the Sweet 16, but we only have the 8 different broadcasts. Well, that's how they do it. They make sure that you are covered every which way on every game. And if something exciting happens, they go right on over to that. So Saturday and Sunday, the Sweet 16 is on. Of course, they've got the regional final games on Monday and Tuesday. Those start at 4 p.m., but we will be on at 2 p.m., I think. So that's what's going on there with your NCAA March Madness. Kind of weird. It got quiet, didn't it?
Yeah.
It got quiet.
Did. Yeah.
We had all these games and all this flurry, and then suddenly, yesterday was kind of quiet.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. There's a big flurry of activity, a lot of madness going on, a lot of craziness going on, and suddenly,
just kind of chill. Everybody kind of talking. The NFL free agency is, still having little things going on there.
We're in the eye of the storm, gentlemen. We're gonna be coming out on the other side of this and just go rip roaring into whatever next.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, there's stuff getting ready to happen. I was surprised that the Colts went ahead and said, "Okay, we'll take T.Y. Hilton." And I think what that was is they gave him a minute to go out there and realize nobody else wanted him. And so they kept him. Sammy Watkins paid the Colts a visit after he went over and saw the Ravens. And that's like, no, please don't. That's like having 2 T.Y. Hiltons. And, I don't know, anything new with the Cardinals or your guys' stuff?
No, but I'm excited that the brand new offensive lineman we got from Buffalo is excited to compete, and he wants to see this team win. He's got a real positive attitude about it. So, I'm happy. I don't know what we're going to do at tight end, and I don't know what we're going to do about the defensive secondary. So we're just going to have to see. And we still need an interior lineman. Corey Peters is a unrestricted free agent, and they haven't done anything to re-sign him. They haven't given him any sort of hope that he's going to be coming back to the Cardinals. So looks like we're going to need to have an interior lineman, a defensive lineman that's going to have to come in and pick up Corey Peters' slack where he left off. So we'll have to kind of wait and see. I'm excited about the Cardinals. I'm excited about some of the moves that old Drinky Drink is doing. And, I feel like we're moving in the right direction. But I say that with an asterisk, and I think all Cardinal fans will agree with me. That means that Mr. Bidwell is spending money, bringing in high talent, quality talent, according to what we think is quality talent. And he's going to expect a return on his investment.
Can I tell you what I see?
That, maybe Cliffy Baby and old Steve Drinky Drink is going to have to provide and prove that these were the right moves, or maybe it's see you later, baby.
I'm going to do a remake for you. I'm going to do a remake for you for what I see happening with the Arizona Cardinals. When Philip Rivers showed up on my Colts, you just love just about every day to sing Old Man Rivers. Well, now you're starting to look like Old Man Cardinals. Everybody on your team is elderly, Randy. Just about everybody you guys have done and signed up in free agency is long in the tooth, just to be nice. Well, so, how's that helping? You guys are just going old. Do you really think that you're pulling off a Buccaneers Part 2 with this?
Well, I think they're bringing in some experienced players. I mean, we're tired of getting our butts kicked, and it's time for us to move to the next level. So they're bringing in some. Listen, the center that they brought in from the Las Vegas Raiders. He's like 8-time Pro Bowl center. He's rated as the top pass blocking center in the NFL. I got no problem with that. I don't care if the guy's in his 30s or not. Don't care.
Well, hopefully, he'll get the job done. I just see an awful lot of retreads getting put on the old Cardinals car, if you know what I mean. And of course, now the Broncos, they're not doing anything. Heavy Metal Maniac says, you know what? I'm a lifelong diehard Suns fan. Long before Phil was a twinkle in his daddy's eye. Can you please tell that bandwagon Lakers fan, Phil, shut the hell up? Why, frankly, really sickening bagging on the Suns all the time. Quite frankly, really sickening bagging on the Suns all the time.
You know what's crazy is that in all of his fandom, me and him have the exact same amount of championship banners as the Lakers do it in my tenure with them. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, you're hard to like sometimes, Phil.
Yeah.
Mr. Pringle says, hopefully the new offensive lineman brought a step stool with him. Right, Randy? Right, Randy?
What do you mean brought a step stool? I don't understand.
Lona guy. Tron Slater says, I understand you, Phil. I've witnessed the KJ, Chambers, and Barkley years. I've seen the 7 seconds or less 60-plus win Nash teams. I've been a fan since Larry Nance years, but in the end of the day, one finals appearance and no titles. So what if the Suns do good? In the regular season, I'm just tired of making the playoffs. I need to see a championship appearance here. I need a title. Hey, you think Celtic Laker fans care about regular season after all those championship banners they've hung up? No, they don't. Suns need a title.
Precisely. Keep in mind that the playoffs is not the goal in the NBA.
No, you're right. You're right, Phil. You're right, Tron Slater. But here's the thing. You don't walk out in the middle of a fight. You don't change teams. You don't defect to the other people in the middle of a war. And that's exactly what Phil did.
We're in
the middle of a season. And he just says, you know what? I'm out. Because the Suns lost a game he felt like they should have won.
You don't walk out of the middle of a man hug. You do not do that.
That makes no sense what you're saying.
Why are you stroking your microphone again?
I hate when you do that. So, Phil, you're Tron Slater, you're right. Phil, you're right. But you're both wrong. You don't give up on your team. Metatron actually is right because he has not given up on his team. Navy Brad says, with the free agents the Cardinals have signed, will they bring their walkers with them? Does that get FedEx?
Yeah, it's like I said yesterday on this very radio program. Here come the haters again. JJ Watt's too often injured.
Hating.
All these guys are too old to do anything. Chris Paul is just useless. We overpaid for him. He was just a miserable louse, and he's always, bitching to the referees.
No, that was just me.
He's always injured. He's always pulling a hamstring or something, and he's not very helpful at all to his team. Oh my gosh! And now the Suns are going for their 30th win of the season.
Okay, that's
How long
one
has
guy.
it been since the Phoenix Suns have won 30 games in any season?
My point exactly.
Long time. And guess what? I can't wait until the NFL season starts and we see how this team unfolds before your very eyeballs. I hope JJ Watts has 12 or 15 sacks.
Me too.
This year alone.
I hope he has been the first game. I do.
Wow.
I really do. I understand something, Randy. I want your team to do well because your team is my wife's team and an awful lot of our super fans. I want the home team to do well.
Yeah.
But as I do with my own team, as I do with other teams, I will do with this team. And when I see something that ain't right, I'm calling it. I'm calling out on that. And it has been this trend to get these retreads and throw them in there. And I get it. They're following some other great coach's plan and how he's done stuff. Problem is, you don't got Tom Brady, and you're not getting the cream of the crop of the older guys at the last couple of years of their career. You're getting these guys. You got one guy in that entire mix, and that was a fellow from the Raiders who just came over. One guy who I'm like, damn.
Rodney Hudson.
Okay, and J.J. Watt, I'll give you that. Maybe a damn, but the rest of them, wow.
2 questions here for you, Jeffrey. One, is there anybody in sports, or at least in the NFL, that you don't root for? Like, I'm not saying that you root for everybody, but I know that everybody else you're pretty much ambivalent.
Player
for.
or team?
Team. Is there like a team that you relish in their misery?
In NFL only?
NFL only. I'm curious.
I wanted to hate the Saints after they beat the Colts in the Super Bowl, but I just couldn't because they just seem like a bunch of great guys. I kind of wanted to see the Patriots do badly. We'd go and watch a Super Bowl and they'd say, well, who you got on this? I'd like, well, I want the other team to win, but I'm pretty sure the Patriots are going to win.
Cowboys?
Right. Cowboys for a minute. I kind of was like, ugh. And then Tony Romo showed up and I kind of softened up to how I felt about the Cowboys. So NFL teams, for me, it's usually going to be about coaches and players. Like, I love Mike Tomlin. I got no love at all for Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
I want nothing to do with him. And so, yeah, I don't know, a team that I legitimately in the NFL just despise and can't stand.
Or actively root against or something.
Anybody the Colts are playing. That's it.
Okay.
In baseball, though, I hate the Yankees.
that one I knew. And then 2, are you excited about the Colts bringing back T.Y. Hilton for $10 million for 1 year?
A little surprised.
Yeah,
a little surprised by it, to be honest.
Really expensive.
I think that they just feel like maybe Carson Wentz can do something with him. I guess. I mean, it's not been his fault the last few years. I mean,
no, that's injuries.
If anything, maybe they're going to give him this contract just to apologize for wasting the last few years of his because they haven't given him anybody the ball to give to him. So
yeah, sincerely, Jeffrey, it felt almost like a move where, you know how there's a minimum amount that they have to spend for the cap that they collectively bargained between the NFLPA and the NFL, and they have to reach, I think it's like 180 million. It kind of felt like they were just like, hey, you know what? If we're going to be paying all this money, why go get other guys and waste a roster spot? Let's just spend it on TY for 1 year.
I wonder how many people are buying T.Y. Hilton jerseys. And I don't know that anybody's buying a number 2 jersey for Carson Wentz, other than that kid in the videos that was all crying about Carson leaving, and then he got all happy when he got his Colts jersey. So outside of that kid, I don't know who is going to go out and buy a Carson Wentz jersey that is a Colts fan. No, I got no hate. The Yankees. That's it. And I'm trying to think if there is an NFL team. I'm like, ugh.
Well, I know if there's a team that Randy roots for, that's not the Cardinals. It's whoever's going to be landing with Gardner Minshew. Whoever's going to be getting the
it looks like the trumpet is sounding. The fat lady is singing in Jacksonville for America's hero, Gardner Minshew. And we'll see what team is going to be so fortuitous to land this legend already on the gridiron.
I'm sure that the interest in Gardner Minshew has been so high that they are flooded with phone calls. It's probably shut down the system. Receptionists have quit saying, I just can't take this anymore.
I know. Yeah.
But yes, I think you'll find Gardner Minshew will come out on the top. Absolutely right.
Well,
he's gonna be something.
He's always on the top because he's the legend, Gardner Minshew. And you know what? By the way, Hundley is on his way out of the Cardinals. Bring Gardner Minshew here. Bring him here and let him play for the Arizona Cardinals. I have no problem with that whatsoever.
What is Minshew, mustache man? Is he mobile? Is he a guy who's
very mobile? He's got a great arm. He's got a 67% pass efficiency rating. He is the quarterback of quarterbacks.
Well, hold on now, Randy. You got to have a guy who is similar in style to your starter. That way you don't have to readjust your entire offense in the middle of a game.
You won't have to do that
in the middle of the season.
Gardner Minshew is too beautiful to tackle. Are you kidding me?
He's too beautiful.
He emits
That was
greatness. The defense doesn't want to tackle him because of who he is.
He's creeped out by the mustache.
Hmm.
Baker's cocky hen says trade Murray for Minshew. How about that?
Hey, let's go right
He says,
now.
by the way, how does Phil still like the Denver Broncos? Because of 1 year they won a Super Bowl since LA. Broncos are the team to hate, mostly because they're a disgrace to the NFL and they belong in the minors.
A disgrace to the NFL.
They should be in the CFL.
I
They
would
should
love to know your
ship
team
them
and,
out.
and see where you're standing from such a lofty pedestal. Unless you're like a Patriots fan and you have even recent. There's no team without faults, but the Broncos have remained a tenure and on the Mount Rushmore of the NFL franchises.
Are you kidding me? Right now, the last 10 years, they've been meh.
The last 10 years, the last five.
Except for when my quarterback had to come give you a gift.
5
Baker's
years ago, they
cocky
won a
hens,
Super Bowl.
who is your team? Phil wants to know, so he can crap on them. Random texter says,
don't tell me it's the Browns Baker's cocky hens. Oh my God.
I think it might be. TY started out kind of slow last year, but actually finished the year doing pretty well for the Colts, didn't he? Yeah, he's all right. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't the TY we're used to. Jagdog says, Randy, with the 49ers quarterback beat hard, signing with Jacksonville, do you think the Minshew mustache might be coming to Arizona?
Well, I don't know. I haven't heard any rumblings, but man, we would be a better team for it if Gardner Minshew were to land here in the great state of Arizona and play for the Red Machine, the Arizona Cardinals. It could only be a positive.
Baker's cocky hens confirms it says Baker Mayfield. Duh. Well, yeah, but you say that, but then there's times the super fans will have their name something and then their teams have nothing to do with it. So don't duh me, buddy. SOL says the Cardinals are going to be too busy changing their catheters. So that's a problem there.
Why are you saying that? Rodney Hudson's only 30. He's only 32 years old. And by the way, he was not flagged for one penalty last year. And he's an all-pro center.
Because he sat there waiting for the light to be even more green.
Actually not. He was let me read to you the stat that I looked up on Rodney
He's so
Hudson.
old, I bet he runs up the wrong ramp on his way to the locker room, like all these other old people driving up the wrong ramps here on the freeways.
I'm sure he does. Yeah. And that's why he's an all-pro, and he is the #1 rated pass blocking center in the NFL.
Old man Cardinals. Hey, no, you're right. No.
All you want to.
And the guy you're talking about is okay. Your guy's okay.
Yeah, Rodney Hudson is fantastic. And by the way, Brian Winters is only 30 years old. 30 years old, and he played for a contender last year in the Buffalo Bills, by the way.
In dog years, it's this much. In NFL years, 30 is this much.
Yeah,
that's all. That's old.
Yeah.
Navy Brad says, I'll say the Cards will still have a better season than the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Now, as much as I'm heckling Randy on the ancient nature of a lot of the people they've brought in here during free agency, not gonna be a horrible team. Ain't gonna be that bad. Not like the Broncos. It's the Daily Blender here on 15.
Yeah, way to go out on a high note there.
1580, the Fanatic.
Businesses that run like clockwork establish routines they trust. That's why over 1 million companies rely on Cintas. We'll help you protect employees and customers with essential safety supplies. Inspect your fire protection systems and devices. Hygienically launder your uniforms. And keep you well-stocked with the leading hand sanitizers and disinfecting wipes. Learn how Cintas can help you open your doors with confidence. Oh, I'm ready! Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
If you own or work for a small business and you thought radio advertising was too expensive, listen up. Bruce Jacobs here, and the Fanatic has a fantastic offer to get the word out that your business is open. You'll get a customized advertising campaign, letting our loyal listeners know that you are ready to serve. It's affordable, costing only hundreds where all the other radio stations charge thousands. So don't wait. This opportunity won't last forever. The Open for Business package is now available. Go to 1580thefanatic.com, find out all the details, and get your small business kicking ass again.
Hey there, homeowners. Are you experiencing pipe leaks? Is your water bill unexpectedly high, or are you suffering from low water pressure? These are signs of widespread pipe failure due to old, corroded, and shoddy pipes. Rerouting a pipe or other Band-Aid fixes are not the answer. Only a whole house repipe with brand new high-quality PEX or copper will permanently solve the problem. Repipe Specialists. No more leaks and great water pressure. They've been doing this for over 25 years. Repipe in just 1 to 2 days at half the cost of a plumber with a lifetime guarantee. Say goodbye to leaks once and for all. Enjoy a pipe leak-free home and eliminate the risk of potential water damage. Call us today for your free in-home estimate. We'll even take 20% off our already low price. and receive 0% interest when you call today. Call 888-380-7097. 888-380-7097. That's 888-380-7097.
It's weird to hear a spot for Harmon Solar when it's cloudy or rainy out, right? That doesn't happen very often here in Phoenix, does it? We get over 300 days of sunshine every year. And those other days, well, even then, your solar panels are pulling every last dime they can out of that sun. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they have an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. These are people you can trust. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
The dictionary describes madness as
Frenzy, rage, intense excitement, or enthusiasm.
we define it like this.
There's the pass to Leitner.
To chase the truth for the win.
The madness is coming.
Comes down, dribble, shoot.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
The home for March Madness.
Am I on? Oh, you didn't tell me you were on. Couldn't hear you. Sound of metal. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. You can hear us on 99.3 FM, 95.9 FM in the East Valley, always at 1580thefanatic.com. And so, yeah, it's great to see the Suns just win after win after win. As soon as Phil left, does a heart good. Something that's kind of confusing me right now, though, about the NBA, and that is Lonzo Ball, I guess, is looking for $20 million a year he in the free agency there, and somebody's actually thinking about, is he worth $20 million a year? I thought he kind of dudded out, and his brother LaMelo was actually the real deal.
Well, I mean, depending who you talk to, Magic Johnson thinks that Lonzo Ball is one of the best players in the NBA today.
Huh. I thought maybe he thought he was saying LaMelo, because LaMelo was about to be Rookie of the Year before he fractured up his wrist there. So,
well,
Lonzo,
I mean, he doesn't mean that physically. I mean, he thinks mentally the guy knows the game better than almost everybody in the league. That's what Magic Johnson says.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what the rest of the league is saying about Lonzo Ball. He seems to be a solid, reliable guy. He's had a few, minor injuries, and the guy's dealing with one right now. But as far as Magic Johnson goes, the guy's very cerebral. He knows the game, and he knows how to play it well.
Look, a couple things here. Lonzo Ball, for all of his faults, is a tremendous passer. He's a great passer of the ball, and he is the definition of a point guard. The one thing that you can say about him is that he probably doesn't have the offensive skill set, or at least hasn't shown that consistently in his career to merit a superstardom or even stardom role or definition or label associated with him. But if we look at other similar types of players, Ricky Rubio, if you remember, signed with the Phoenix Suns not that long ago, and he signed for a three-year, 17 annual average salary per year. So if you get a younger commodity that is pretty much the same thing except taller, more physical, and Lonzo Ball embodies all of that, to bump it up to 20 mil per year, I think that that's absolutely within the realm of possibility for Lonzo Ball. And if you look at a couple of these contenders and teams, I think that you can make a case for a lot of teams that would be tremendously better with the acquisition of Lonzo Ball. Look at the Clippers, look at the Nuggets as the top two ones that currently stand in the contender status, who I think would be absolutely upgraded. And keep in mind, Lonzo Ball, when he's locked in, he gives you all the effort on defense, and he's really good.
He can't shoot for crap.
Right.
So the Pelicans could hold on to him, and or they could trade him. I don't know. But I mean, don't they want to keep him? Do you think they're going to pay $20 million for him? I mean, Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram probably could use a little that help there. He's fit in pretty good with them, but is it worth $20 million for the Pelicans? Why are we even having this conversation? Are they just trying to see how cheap they can get him? I mean, I know everybody's trying to avoid bidding against themselves these days, but I just if you love it, put a ring on it.
Well, that, and they've also entertained trade offers. I know that it's been rumored about that Denver's offered Bol, the center, who looks like a freaking, he's just lanky and everything. And if he works out, he'd be tremendous.
He's like from the movie Avatar.
Absolutely, yeah. But if they have offered him in a package for Lonzo Ball. So the fact that they're even entertaining offers doesn't sound well. But I think it's possible that just sometimes, whether it's the chemistry or whether it's just for some reason just a piece or person doesn't fit into a team for what they're trying to do, that may be what's going on here. And I know with the Van Gundy that the team has as their head coach, I'm not a big fan of him, and I think that he's misused Lonzo Ball specifically a lot of the time. But maybe if it just doesn't fit what he's looking to do on his team on defense or offense, or even just within how the scheme operates and plays basketball, then maybe he'll just fit in better with another team who actively wants him instead of a head coach who inherited him.
Thunder Snow says, I'm not a big fan of the balls. Yeah. Daddy Ball, kind of obnoxious and kind of ruined things for Lonzo Ball quite a bit. LaMelo Ball has come out and he's just bald. That is a ball that can ball. Which one was the one that got arrested by China? Was it LaMelo?
No, it was the third one who's in the G League.
What was his name?
LiAngelo, I believe.
LiAngelo got arrested by China, and LaMelo is killing it. Lonzo,
no, LaMelo is actually out for the rest of the season.
Well, was killing it. I just said he fractured his wrist.
You never said that.
I did too. I said it earlier. King Kitten says, "Hey guys, meow meow."
It's
been a day and a slow day in the real world. I hope to be entertained for the next 2.5 hours. Entertain me. No promises. Baker's Cocky Hen says Broncos should sign Josh Gordon. Fellow pothead like Von Miller could actually teach him how to pass a drug test in a pinch.
I've never understood how the NFL just would. I know that they've relaxed since they started, but they've relaxed their stance on marijuana. But it still never made sense to me. I guess it's because it would be a home field advantage for recruits sometimes in some weird way if they were to relax marijuana use for teams that resided in places that allowed it.
You know what? I don't find any advantage or disadvantage.
You wouldn't find it an advantage for a player who is actively trying to recover and use that as a coping mechanism instead of others?
I think that they'd probably be healthier than trying to use some of the opioids that are crushing this country right now. And I think that's why the what is it? The MSG? What is in that stuff? CBD, whatever the hell it is.
MSG is
not the stuff that makes you stoned, but the stuff that's in there that is beneficial to the health.
Right.
I think that we got to let these guys use whatever they need to, cure their pains, because getting on the opioids is like a bazillion times worse. And honestly, listen, I don't care. I don't do marijuana myself, but I don't care about it. So I think that's one of those things. If you just said from a pure standpoint, you look at it and say, all right, performance enhancing. Does marijuana enhance the performance?
No.
Not even close.
No. It makes you hungrier.
Right. That's it. So leave it alone.
Oh, so maybe it's a performance enhancing drug for the linemen. You know how a lot of them have to force feed themselves? Ooh.
Do they?
Oh yeah, I mean, look at everybody. Look at Jeff Saturday. If you're looking at the Colts, have you not seen how he slims down? Michael Strahan with his strip in his teeth. They all slim down immediately once they leave the NFL because they are forcing themselves to eat an unhealthy amount, so that way they are the pillars on that line on either side. So that way they can't be manhandled directly by the other.
You and I should go be linemen. we don't got to force nothing.
Yeah.
I'd be happy. Jag Dog says, I made the bets. Okay, what's this? He's got a Phoenix Suns odds to win the 21 NBA championship. He put $1,000 down, and I'm sorry, $100 down to win $2,000.
Oh, okay, that's at
$100. Not bad, Jag Dog. You know what? That's perfectly respectable. I bet. How awesome will that be if he's right?
You were better off cashing that out for a couple dollar bills, having 100 of them, and using them as toilet paper.
Don't tell a man what to do with his own money.
Using them as toilet paper. At least they have some use out of it.
No, Phil, come on, man. This is that's a cool bet. I like that bet. Boy, that's going to make the playoffs stressful and amazing.
No, that's going to make the casino lots of money. Thank you.
Kyle G, it was just $100. Kyle G says Suns should pursue Ball, not for $20 million, but sell it as he gets to sit behind Paul for a year. Then he takes over as a starter. Then he can learn from the best passing point guard since Steve Nash, and maybe he'll become a real asset.
No, that's not how the NBA works.
You're gonna Jameis Winston him into the Phoenix Suns.
The NBA doesn't work like that. If you're good enough, you play now. You don't get ushered in, except for even LaMelo Ball. Even earlier this year, they tried that, and he was too good, so they had to force him to. He had to start.
Thunder Snow says Phil would love to be manhandled. Good Cat says, "Sup guys? Been home with a 2-year-old with the stomach flu. All I need is several beers right now, Randy, to hear some good news about the Suns, the Cardinals, and maybe the Colts."
Yep.
Sit that kid in the tub.
No bad news on the Colts, but I'm really sort of numb on the T.Y. Hilton thing.
Yeah, T.Y. Hilton. They got Marlon Mack the other day. He's coming back to reset his value.
Sure.
It's pretty much stand pat.
Yeah, it's all right. That's all right. I'm really going to be interested to see what happens in the draft. Baker's Cocky Hen says 20-1. It was 40-1. Pretty soon they're going to make that 5-1. Phil probably thinks James disappears in big games. Harden will win. Definition of not clutch.
No, I still think the Lakers are going to win. Just let them get to the playoffs and be healthy.
SOL says balls. Kyle G says, the Cardinals getting this many older players show their lack of faith in the continued success of Kyler and Kingsbury. They're giving the team 2 years to win before they blow this whole thing up. I think it's a panic move, and it's not a good one.
I don't think it's a panic move at all. I think they brought in a couple of veteran linemen to help the rest of the team. They've got some great guys, young talent that are backups. And I don't think this is a bad move at all for the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, to Randy's point, they're following in the tried and true formula that has gotten to a much Super Bowl participants in the past, where if you have a rookie quarterback on a rookie deal, even if it is the number 1 overall pick, you still have that much more cap space to go and send and push all your chips in the middle at near the end of that quarterback. Once you realize he is in fact the bona fide deal that he should be.
Boomer Sooner says, I got major pineapple. Is he telling the truth or is he a fat liar?
It's popping at the end sometimes, but it's not major. Not major.
No.
Well, some people don't like to hear any kind of distortion on anything. You know what I mean? And, they found is some people get really easily annoyed by like little ticks, and then other people, they can't listen if there's even like a and then other guys can just listen through any sort of hailstorm on the signal. You know what I mean? So Boomer Sooner's got sensitive ear holes because he probably loves him some music too. Baker's Cocky Hen says, when the Lakers lose, will Phil join in calling them the Flakers?
The Flakers? My God.
The Los Angeles Flakers.
No.
Mother Flakers.
Oh, no.
It's got to speak volumes that this team is not as good as everybody thinks it is. If their 2 elite players leave and they cannot win basketball games.
That's right.
I'm sorry. What?
Yep.
What does that even mean?
It means
just look
that
at what
Booker
they're
was
doing.
out and the Suns won.
Just him.
Yeah. So
was it Chris Paul and Devin
LeBron
Booker?
James?
Was it
you
Devin
cannot,
Booker and
Phil,
you're
going to
equate those two?
You cannot argue LeBron James and AD are out and the Los Angeles Lakers are losing.
Yes, I agree. Yes, but
okay.
That's actually
your team is weak.
Take LBJ and take AD out, and it's over.
You realize LeBron James was in the MVP discussion for a reason.
Over.
Because he's that important to a
So
team.
what we're saying, though, what you're not getting, Phil, is you have these huge megastars. Suns, they're better players, miss a game, and Suns still do all right. Your guys' team, your little megastars are gone. You're no longer a team. You don't exist. You suddenly become the Cleveland Cavaliers West.
Because there's 2 different seasons. There's the regular season and the postseason. And what wins in the postseason is not what wins in the regular season. Look at the Atlanta Hawks, who got swept in the playoffs year after year after winning like 1 seed and 1 seed.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, listen, Phil, when it was just AD out, they were a 50% team. Now it's not the East, man. It's not the East.
Are they still going to make the playoffs? Yes. I don't understand what the big hullabaloo is.
I don't know.
I really
don't know. Are they?
I really hope they don't.
No,
they got it would be the best thing ever. They probably will, but I really hope they don't.
The NBA is the only team, the only league where more than 50% of the league makes it in, and the majority of the league makes it in the postseason. They will make it.
Yeah, it's still going to be a nice insult when they're a play-in team. I'll enjoy that. I don't know. Baker's Cocky Hen says LeBron just said he was in playoff mode, didn't he?
Oh, come on. The other guy rolled on his ankle and it popped back up. I mean, that's not it. That's not in his power. My goodness.
Over.
Lakers.
All right, I'll see you guys in the postseason. We'll see. We'll be there. We'll be ready. I want that same energy, guys. Want
Lakers.
Give it all to me here. There.
All right, listen, we got to take ourselves a moment. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit of Coyotes and Major League Baseball as well. Really, they're messing with their balls. And we're going to talk about the Major League Baseball messing with their balls. Shouldn't be messing with their balls. I'm just saying. We'll be back more the Daily Blender after this here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents Doug.
Breathe out and repeat after me. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Your bird is eating my candles.
Your bird is eating my candles.
No, seriously, he's making a mess.
No, seriously.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Get a customized quote at libertymutual.com.
Nice game. Man, you're really playing hard today.
Yeah, shows what a great night's sleep will do. You know, since I started using Z-Quiet for my snoring, there's no more waking up getting elbowed and no more moving to the couch in the middle of the night. You know, for the first time in years, the snoring's gone, and my wife and I both wake up feeling great. It's amazing, so easy to use, and it worked the very first night.
I'm Dan Webster, co-founder of Z-Quiet. For years, I was off my game due to snoring. My wife Trina and I were desperate for a solution, and we found it with Z-Quiet. There's nothing better than waking up feeling rested, happy, and best of all, in the same bed. So if you're ready to score extra points in the bedroom, get Z-Quiet.
With Z-Quiet, couples are sleeping together peacefully. No tossing, no turning, and no stumbling to the couch. Order Z-Quiet on Amazon or go to getzquiet.com to try it risk-free for 30 days for just $9.95. That's getzquiet.com to try it risk-free for only $9.95.
The push to the 2021 NFL Draft is on. And it all starts with Pro Days. The top prospects from the top schools put to a final test. Get a glimpse of the next generation of NFL stars.
Devontae Smith, Kyle Pitts, Zach Wilson, score!
Everyone's watching, and NFL Network is here for it. Who will become a star on Pro Day and move up on Draft Day?
That's a touchdown for Justin Fields.
Pro Days, over 90 schools, all month long on NFL Network.
Contractors need bonds, and the professionals at Constructors Bonding have been Arizona's leading surety management team for 40 years. We don't just deliver bonds, we make your bonding better. As the #1 producer with 14 markets, Constructors Bonding has the relationships and expertise to get you better capacity, better rates, and better terms. For better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding at 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929. Or visit cbialliance.com.
Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Felicia.
We're the hosts of the show, Drive Friendly.
With Steve's 40 years of experience, you're going to get the real insider information about the automotive industry. And I'll be interviewing local celebrities and experts so you can be informed and live your very best life.
Laugh and learn with Steve, Felicia, and the gang. You'll be smarter for listening. Drive Friendly, 10 a.m. Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
No, it's the second hour. Randy. Hour. Second hour. It's just the second hour.
Damn it.
Sorry. It's not time for whiskey yet. All right, listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Daily Blender, second hour, 4 o'clock. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien. That is the clock watcher, Randy White. Of course, we got Phil there in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale, and you guys are on the Summit Mail Medical Text Line, 888-368-1580. Good news. Coyotes won last night, beat the Avalanche 5-4. And so that was nice. That was good news. Other good news, the Suns won last night as well. And here's a piece of good news for everybody in Arizona. Intel is going to add 2 factories to their Chandler location. $20 billion investment and supposed to create like thousands of jobs. I just saw that on the news feed. I'm like, damn, that's good news for us. Good news for the state of Arizona. So anyway, so good news. But yeah, back to the Coyotes. Not bad. Not bad at all. It's nice to see a W in their column. Are they? Yeah, they're a 500 team right now. Wait, they're 14, 14, and 5. They got 5 ties.
Yeah, that's unfortunately because that's the Canadian aspect of hockey. They
hate
allow ties. Yeah. And they play the Avalanche again in their next game, I believe. Is it tonight or
no? Actually, I thought the next time they play the San Jose Sharks. That's Friday and Saturday.
Oh yeah, they play the Sharks. So we split the series with the Avalanche game apiece. So we go in and play San Jose here in Glendale. 2 games back to back against the Sharks. Then we play the Avalanche again. Listen, this is not going to be a playoff season for the Arizona Coyotes, and you would not expect it to be after many different changes and all of the turmoil in the front office there. But listen, I like this team. I think they're a few key pieces away from being a quality NHL playoff team. And I just hope that they can get that rectified. We've got a great goalie staff, not excellent, but we've got a great goalie staff. And I think this team could actually do some damage in the NHL, the Pacific Division. Listen, it was just last year that they were on top of the Pacific Division for a time, and they played very good hockey. So we'll just have to wait and see what the rest of the season holds for them. They've got a stretch of games against the Golden Knights. They have to play the Golden Knights several times down the stretch here. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if they can sneak into the playoffs and maybe get some postseason hockey here in the desert. But I don't know. I mean, they're going to play the Sharks again. The Sharks are no laughing matter. We'll just kind of have to wait and see how things play out for our Arizona Coyotes.
I feel like their current record is going to be kind of the way the season ends. It's going to be just
middle of the road,
kind of middle.
Yeah, 500 team.
The absolute definition of 500. That's hilarious.
The Avalanche are not a bad team, and they're second place in the West Division right now.
They're going to win some, and they're going to lose some, and it's just going to be one of those sort of meh seasons. But here's the thing: anytime I see a team in this situation, something got to give, and usually it's going to give in a positive. So when your team is, see, Phil, you could learn a little something about team loyalty here.
I'll take some
when
notes,
your team is sort of mediocre, not really great, not really bad, you go to each game and you treat each game as its own thing. You forget about the losses and the wins from before, and you don't worry about the playoffs and what may happen in the future. You focus solely on that one standalone game, and you cheer your heart out for your team. You root for your team, and you hope for the best. You hope to see a couple of things, goals, saves, and a damn good fight on the ice. That's what you do. You watch your team each and every game as it's its own season by itself. Forget about all the noise on the outside. Just try to enjoy them for what they are.
Yeah, if you aren't number one in the standings, you better be number one in fights.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Is that
especially hockey?
Okay. Well, some of the Coyotes, including Connor Garland, are rumored to be on the trade block, maybe to the Boston Bruins. So this is the time of year you'll see what the Coyotes are going to do. Are they going to be sellers,
right,
or are they going to be buyers? I doubt they're going to buy any talent right now. They've had some ups this season. I mean, remember the 7-game series against the Blues? They ended up taking that series against the Blues. I think they have to play the Blues one more time. Most of their games down the stretch are against the Kings, Sharks, and Ducks, but we still have 3 or 4 games against the Golden Knights, and we have a couple more games against the Avalanche and the Wild. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see what happens. If this team can rally together and make a push, right now I believe they're in the playoff contention, but boy, it's going to take some real hard work and a little hockey luck for the Coyotes to get into the playoffs. And even then, to see what they do in the playoffs, it's just, I don't see it happening this season.
When you're right there on the edge, you really hope they're not selling. You really hope that.
Yeah.
888-368-1580. SOL says, can we just skip to the third hour? No, Randy tried, but we can't do that. I mean, you can do that. Just turn off your radio.
Yeah.
Come back at 5.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah.
We really like you here.
We've had moments of rewinding, but we've never actually fast forwarded.
Did somebody say rewind the show?
We're
I
not
could do that
rewinding
right
the
here. I've
show.
got the-
I know
what?
you can, but we're not doing that. Fed Fan says, hi, guys. Won't be able to listen today. Oh, that wasn't ours. Sorry. Look at the wrong way. Here we go. Hi, guys. Fun afternoon. I pulled into McDonald's and there's a guy in the parking lot threatening cars with a stick.
Wow.
Never a dull moment. Where are you so people know better?
And
Or
what's
can-
your order? Does it include hash browns?
And can they pull up and watch this
At
craziness?
McDonald's this time of day?
Yeah,
why
they-
did you
hash
get
browns. I think
hash
hash browns
browns?
are all day now.
Are they?
Oh, they are like that. That is the number one item in all of McDonald's land. That is
Hash
got to be.
browns?
That
Come
has
on,
got to
man.
be.
Back
No.
to the guy with the stick, crazy guy with the stick. I want to know what location that is.
Yeah.
And, be safe and all that. But yeah, you either know which McDonald's to run to so you can see the show, or which
Yeah.
McDonald's to avoid because you want nothing to do with that nonsense. 888-368-1580. Beer Bob corrects me and says, Jeffrey, it's always whiskey time. Okay, that's a thing. You are right. It is always whiskey time.
Don't mind if I do.
Now, here's the thing. It's the difference between
Three
having
fingers.
a nice little shot to take some of the edge off, or that 32-ounce tumbler that Randy uses to drink his whiskey after the show.
Yeah,
It's not that whiskey time. It's it's a shot glass whiskey time, not a 32-ounce thirst buster time. That's what I meant by that. Thunder Snow says, you know what? I like Phil enough to overlook him being a Broncos fan, but Lakers, I don't know, man. Could be a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll just be insufferable come postseason time whenever the Suns get swept in the first round
Right.
or what have you, whatever
Only-
dismal performance they put in there.
Only during that time. You'll be
Yeah,
insufferable.
yeah.
I was just only then.
Yeah,
huh?
just put that in a time
Sure.
time lock, and that's when I'll be really. I'll be obnoxious.
Well, at least now we'll know the difference.
Yeah.
Good Cat says, like I said yesterday, stay in your damn lane, Phil. You Suns hating Lakers bandwagon buffoon.
He called you a buffoon.
I know, not even the regular version, but
No,
a,
just a buffoon. Just like a supreme buffoon.
yes,
Flying
absolutely.
Monkey says, bleep the Lakers. Random Texter says, I figured it out. When you get old, you get osteoporosis. And an offensive lineman, well, that would definitely benefit Kyler Murray because they'll be
Guys,
over.
come on now,
So you
guys.
can
Come
see
on.
over the top
Really?
of them. Fed Fan says she's over at 7th Avenue and Union Hills. The show's over.
Oh,
The
she-
cops have arrived. And Phil, I got fries and a Coke.
Okay,
Nice.
nice.
Who goes through
Listen.
McDonald's for just fries and a Coke?
Hey, don't
How do you not get a burger?
Yeah,
You
I was
don't
going to
need
say,
a burger from McDonald's. You need those fries. They're like crack.
That's true. That is true.
They are very good. They're-
Hot.
There's a reason why they have remained atop the fries power rankings of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't it just feel like you're missing something though when you don't drive away with a nice tasty burger?
No, it's like whenever you're going into a bag of chips or something, or a
You
bag
go
of
up
saltine
there.
crackers.
Now listen, this is what you got to. You got to go up there to the speaker and you say, "Look, I don't want no fries under the heat lamp. I want them right out of the basket. Okay, I want fresh fries and hit them with that salt and do your magic on there. And that's what I want. One of them big fries and an icy cold Coke. Their mixture is like magic.
I don't know. I can't.
Yeah,
do
you
it on
want the
burger.
fries with that shake.
Give me a big fat burger. Give me 2 burgers.
No, not
Senior
for
Wake and
McDonald's.
Bake says Jeffrey, Randy, diarrhea of the mouth. He says, hey, fathead Phil, fine. Take your jinxed ass over to LA. Do it. Fine.
He's already been there.
Yeah, I've been here. We're hunkered down. We're in the battle stations.
So, hockey, the future of hockey here in Arizona is sometimes in doubt, and we hope it stays. We love the team, but the future of hockey referees, well, hopefully some accountability will start to come to the table, because I don't know if you guys heard about this guy, but his name is Tim Peel, and he was in a hot mic Tuesday. I guess it was the Predators there playing Detroit. And they how sometimes they mic them up so they can, when they say what's going on, so they're like, oh yeah, this guy did this.
Yeah.
And he didn't know the mic was on. He's like, it wasn't much, but I wanted to get an effing penalty against Nashville early, and then he got cut off, which means it proved it. It's that making good with other penalties kind of things, and referees having it out for certain teams. So the NHL announced this morning that Peel will no longer be working NHL games now or in the future.
Oh boy.
Is that what it takes to get some accountability? with the referees.
Yeah, but keep in mind, Jeffrey, he was due to retire after the season. So what good does it do?
Well, they should have gotten him back when he was having some of his other issues, and he did have other issues in the past. And he's had a checkered past of going out drinking with reporters and other things in games that didn't seem appropriate. So right there just shows you he's like, just listen, we get it. We always suspect that referees will make good penalties, or they don't like certain teams, or they don't like certain players, or they do like certain players, and they would call things that way. But that's not the thing. They're not supposed to have discretion. They're supposed to have honesty. They're supposed to see it, call it. That's it. And I get it when a league of any sport comes and says, hey guys, for, the entertainment, can you guys ease up on some of those calls a little bit? Or they'll say, for the safety of the players, can we make sure we're looking a little harder for those things? Okay, I get that. And I get that the referees will go, okay, we're going to do that thing. But when you arbitrarily pick out a team or a player to make calls against or to not make calls against, you seriously, a hugely serious infraction, because now you got a lot of gamblers who are like, ooh, and now you got a lot of, it's so much, it's a domino effect when you get a bad referee. Remember Donaghy? That's what I'm talking about. These are the bad things that come of this.
Well, yeah, look at around the leagues. You would argue that besides, of course, revenue streams, one closely aligned factor that all leagues consistently monitor and put at the paramount of their responsibilities is the integrity of the sport. Because once you lose that to the fans, a lot of fans, they buy out. They just get out of there because they're saying, well, what's the point of us watching this if it's going to be like professional wrestling where, WWE, where everything's scripted, where there are predetermined effects and results. What's the point of us watching if it's not true results, if it's not honest to goodness results? And once you lose the integrity of your fan base and the league because of your officiating and by extension,
every league has this.
Oh yeah, no. I'm saying that that's why leagues put this so far in advance in the important steps that they monitor and keep track of. Because once you lose that, then you're done. You're done as a sports league.
Randy White has in the past screamed against the idea of a robo-ump, and now he has resigned himself to the fact, well, look at Angel Hernandez. Look at these idiots out there. Look at these guys making the game about themselves instead of about the facts, instead of about the game. And he's like, well, maybe we do need robo-umps to call strikes. That is where Randy's at, because there's no accountability. There's no accountability for this Tim Peel guy, except for this moment, hot mic, nothing you can do about it. But he's had things in the past where he's done stupid stuff. Why is Angel Hernandez for Major League Baseball still employed? Why are there guys on the NFL field still employed? There's been so many stories and so many comments and so much stuff we've seen in all these different sports. Why has there not been a scream from the general public and the teams as well for consistency and accountability with the officiating?
I think there is. I mean, whenever you look at the fact that you even know Angel Hernandez's name, I think is probably...
He's a cartoon character because of how bad he is.
I know. I think the only reason why you should ever know a ref is by the characteristics that they display. Whenever I remember the Super Bowl, you said, yeah, exactly. You said, there's biceps ref, or there's a shorty ref, right, or there's towel ref, or whatever.
Shirt too big.
Shirt too big ref.
Little man in a big shirt.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only reason why you should know them. You should never know them by name. The moment you know them by name, you know that something's going wrong.
I only know those guys because they get on the mic, but I don't want to know their names. I like my names for them.
Exactly.
But see, some of those guys ain't that great at their jobs either, if you want to be honest. My favorite guy is also well known for not really absolutely knowing the rules of football sometimes. So, I mean,
that's the unfortunate thing. There are a lot of good people in officiating. When I went through umpire school and I was becoming an umpire for softball around the state here, there was always preached to us, integrity. Mm-hmm. Do not be known to the public. You're out there to officiate a game, and that's it. Nothing less. You're not a personality. You're not going to be a part of the game in any other way other than to officiate it and make sure the game goes on. So, and you also have to learn how to not take things personal. These guys will be chippy at you all the time, and you can tell them, hey, knock it up. We're playing ball here. You can get interactive like that, but you're not supposed to become a part of the game. And you're exactly right, guys. When you mention Angel Hernandez, he should not be known to the general public because of his antics as an umpire. It's just
how
the way
bad
it is.
he is.
That's
Oh
exactly
my
right.
God, he's bad.
If the public knows you, then there is a problem with your officiating.
Fifth letter says, fellas, I hate to say it, but NFL referees have always been biased and always quick to throw a flag on my Raiders for the last 5 to 10 years. These referees have it out for certain teams in certain sports. End of discussion.
Not for certain teams. I won't go with certain teams. I will certainly go certain players. I think that they can certainly have vendettas
I would
against.
definitely say, especially in the 70s and 80s against the Raiders.
Okay, maybe
Are you
there.
kidding me?
Maybe there as a team, but I'd say at least now that we've gone to a more professional decorum.
I'm not talking to fifth letter.
Oh,
because he posted up a picture of all the Lakers banners on it and said, "One day, Suns fans, one day." I'm not talking to you anymore, fifth letter. That hurt. That truth hurt. Don't come at me with that truth that hurts. Wicho says most referees are lawyers. If that is true, it's over. It's just over. Just the Tip says Coyotes GM Bill Armstrong is going to get rid of as many assets as he can and trade for picks and a few young studs out there. I bet if given the chance, he'll have the Yotes contending for the Western Conference in just 2 or 3 years.
If given the chance.
Yeah.
Keep those words in mind.
Also, he says many NHL refs are players that couldn't make it to the NHL, so they hold grudges against players and teams, for slights, real or implied.
Well, that makes sense. You got to have some skating skill.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be a universal truth, but okay, you got to just they got to find out. They got to make sure there's got to be accountability. Now, you can make those claims and say, well, maybe it's because of this, maybe it's because of that. But then when you watch the game, if you are the head of officiating and you watch the game and you see a guy who sucks at his job, you need to fire that guy and bring in another guy if that guy can't be trained properly. That's all we're asking for, accountability with the officiating. And when you find out that there is a guy out there who's got personal grudges, do an investigation, put a mic on him, and just listen to the entire feed off air, but just listen to the entire feed. And eventually you'll find out what we found out about Peel, that he's a filthy, dirty ref and he needs to be fired. Too bad it was at the end of his career when they finally figured that out. You got to have accountability. With no accountability, you can't trust the outcome. And there's too much writing on those calls by these officials. Look at all the games that came down to that one call. Look at all the times that one call by a ref made it go from a win to a loss or vice versa. Fish Tank says, at least the NHL did held this ref accountable. It would be nice if they did that to Angel Hernandez.
Yeah,
it would be. But I don't know. Somebody's got to tell me why the accountability is not, a priority for these leagues, because I don't get it. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Businesses that run like clockwork establish routines they trust. That's why over 1 million companies rely on Cintas. We'll help you protect employees and customers with essential safety supplies. Inspect your fire protection systems and devices. Hygienically launder your uniforms. And keep you well stocked with the leading hand sanitizers and disinfecting wipes. Learn how Cintas can help you open your doors with confidence. Oh, I'm ready! Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
AZ Preps is a 2-hour in-depth look at the Arizona prep sports scene. Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Covering all aspects of the Arizona Interscholastic Association. AZ Preps 365 focuses on all Arizona high school sports, student athletes, news, and notes from around Arizona. Join your host, Jose Garcia, Brett Quintine, and James Mello as they cover the prep sports scene from A to Z. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings from 8 to 10 on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602-ProCopy. That's 602-776-2679.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100-plus degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
The games, the highlights, the exciting finishes. Punch it down for two! Premier games, the tournaments, the madness of March.
Three again, good again! All the way to the championship in Indianapolis.
Your home for the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship.
Oh, that's the cover!
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Feed to JB, who soars to the rim.
The home of March Madness 2021.
Liz Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. Got a race set up with Randy White coming up on Friday, and I saw a ad for that dirt race. I saw the promo on the old television there, and that does look like a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, Bristol this weekend. Yeah, they're as a matter of fact, I think it's tomorrow when the practice sessions start. For practice session they've had since the COVID break for NASCAR, because this is a new situation. So all the guys are going to get to go out there and feel how the car works and make sure they can drive it safely and all that sort of thing. So, yeah, a lot of fun.
So basically, the best NASCAR drivers are not going to be the best dirt drivers. Who ends up being the best kind of dirt driver?
Well, you got a lot of guys from varied backgrounds in NASCAR. You got some guys that came from like go-karts when they were kids and they came up through the ranks running, that sort of racing background. Then you've got other people like Christopher Bell, Austin Dillon, Martin Truex Jr., some of these guys, Denny Hamlin, that have raced dirt cars. They've raced late modifieds or super modifieds on the dirt. So they know how it feels, but this car is different than those cars that they grew up racing and cutting their teeth in racing. So they want to give everybody an opportunity to see how the car feels on the clay and how it maneuvers and how to set it up.
Wait,
so
it's on clay?
Well, it's a clay and a dirt. It's like a clay base and then like a dirt.
Oh, so that's why it's reddish.
Yes. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, it's a mixture of clay and dirt. Yeah.
Did they steal the dirt from Sedona?
No.
Okay, where did they get red dirt then? Where'd they get red dirt?
Well, from the surrounding areas. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's no red dirt there. The only red dirt I've ever seen has been Sedona.
Oh, no. There's red dirt all over this fine country.
To be fair, I don't get out of Arizona very much.
Well,
but still, I'm suspicious. Stealing our dirt for their damn races.
No, I don't believe that happened. No.
888-368-1580. The text line is alive. A lot of people with a lot to say. Let's get caught up on that and see what's what. Fed Fan says, I got a Whopper at Burger King first. Then I went over to McDonald's and got the fries.
Ooh,
wow.
Good choice.
You know what?
Good choice.
I applaud you. That's actually now I salute you.
You get 2 Whoppers for $5. Yeah, you can't beat a deal like that.
And on Wednesday, what is it? Wiener Schnitzel has 10 for 10 on hot dogs.
What the hell am I going to do with 10 hot dogs?
You have a family, yes?
Yeah, but I'm not feeding my family hot dogs. I care about their health, not mine so much. Right. I only need a couple of
How many hot dogs do you think you could do on like a 4th of July thing? How many do you think you could do before you tap?
10. I don't know. I don't know. Hot dogs are a different animal for me. Listen, you put 100 shrimp in front of me, I guarantee I can take them all down. I can eat 100 shrimp.
Even jumbo?
Well, now you're getting silly.
Okay,
That's
I was just
maybe.
guessing.
What about
maybe.
king prawns?
Yeah, he's like scallops. Come on, can we just focus? I said shrimp. 100 shrimp. I could probably do more than 100. I want to try it someday.
But hot dogs, you think you can only manage like 4 or something?
It's the bread.
Yeah,
the
of
bread
course.
is the tough part.
That's why you got to wet it down. Put that in the cup.
If I'm going to do an eating contest, I want to enjoy what I'm eating. I don't want to have to feel like it's just work. I want to actually enjoy it. And I love me some shrimp. And, there are certain things that I can remember we did that pizza Olympics at Sardella's 1.5 million years ago. And I went inside and I actually did. We had a wing eating contest between me and a listener. That was awesome. I could do a wing eating contest. I could do a shrimp eating contest. I just don't want, and I even did a pizza eating contest with Randy. But I don't know. The hot dog thing does not seem like something that would I don't know. Maybe it's something like I don't want to put a bunch of wieners in my mouth. I just don't judge me.
Yeah.
If Randy can put 10 wieners in his mouth and walk away happy, that's his business.
Yeah.
But I'd rather eat something else.
I love me a good meaty wiener.
Yeah. Listen, I love me a good meaty wiener as well. I just want to be able to take my time with it. I don't want to have to cram it down my throat and risk my gag reflex.
I had a nice meaty wiener before I came on the air today. Oh, it was good. Little mustard on there, some lettuce, tomato.
Oh, Berg's not going to like hearing that.
Yeah,
lettuce on a hot dog?
Berg. Oh, yeah.
Lettuce on a hot dog.
Don't try it until you knock it, Jack.
Yeah. Well, good. We've knocked it. So now I guess we'll try it. I do like relish. Is it like relish?
That's pickle.
Yeah.
I
mean, I know.
A little lettuce, out of Miss Kim's garden. Oh, yeah.
I had a corn dogs. I had a couple corn dogs before the show. Because when my wife isn't home, she was out doing something. I do what I want.
Yeah.
So I also had mustard on the old corn dog.
Nothing wrong with that. Good yellow mustard or deli mustard. Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know. What were we talking about?
We worked our way back to wieners. Oh, FedFan went to Burger King.
Good choice on the Whopper from Burger King.
2 Whoppers for $5 at the Burger King.
Wiener Schnitzel has 10 for 10 right now.
Okay, I don't want to go into a loop here. Prison Wallet says McDonald's doesn't sell burgers. Yeah, they do.
Nah, that's really kangaroo meat.
He says the trick for getting the fresh French fries is saying no salt.
Yeah.
Then they have to cook your fresh ones, and then at the window, you're just asking for some extra salt on the side.
Yep.
Good move.
Or just order the French fries. Good Cat says I may honestly be the only one who dislikes McDonald's fries.
Wow. I'm like the lone person on the mountaintop that's still shouting that fresh In-N-Out fries are actually good. Apparently, a lot of people don't like them.
Well, they're always fresh.
No, but what I'm saying is that they deteriorate the most, the fastest. That the moment that they start to get cold, like I can still eat some McDonald's cold fries, like room temperature fries. But those In-N-Out, but eating those In-N-Out fries once they go room temperature or even cold,
I think that should be Phil's Twitter. He should be
cold fries.
No, he should be called Snowflake Unicorn. I think that should be his Snowflake Unicorn 1580. That should be his new Twitter handle.
I like it.
Yep. We voted on it. It's passed. We'll just see if he actually does it. So Navy Brad says, did I hear Phil right? He's at battle stations. Try general quarters when it's not a drill, Phil.
Oh no, we are in the midst of war right now. The season has begun. The NBA is in full swing. The Lakers, we are under attack right now, and we will hunker down.
You're going to go down faster than the Titanic. That's what's going to happen to you. I shouldn't have said that. Why did I do that?
Why do you bring up the Titanic, Jeffrey?
I was thinking sinking ship. I didn't know that he was going to do that. Gorilla Toe says, Filber. No need to remind us Laker fans are obnoxious. Laker fan equals obnoxious, like Kyler Murray equals overrated dwarf.
I will say Lakers fans.
Damn, Gorilla Toe.
Yeah, Lakers fans I think are less obnoxious than Dodger fans. Dodger fans are probably like the most obnoxious fans in all of sports. Yeah, let's go Dyers.
I think the Yankee fans are more.
Oh, they are pretty annoying, and then they'll toss a hard bagel at you.
Any Boston fan is obnoxious and probably racist. Not Berg, I know that, but I'm just saying, A lot of racists in Massachusetts, and if it's a Bruin, if it's a Red Sox, if it's Patriots, holy crap, they're obnoxious.
Mm.
I mean, who's more obnoxious than a Boston fan?
I mean, I feel bad for the fans of Boston sports. They haven't won a championship in 2 years now?
Yeah, it's got to be hard.
Yeah, it's a hard drought.
Some of their children haven't been born, and there has been no championship.
Yeah, I know. They don't know what they're doing there. They haven't had a world championship in 2 years?
700 days, Randy. 700 days.
I live in Boston, and they haven't won a world championship in so long. I almost can't remember what it's like.
Tom who? Bomb Brady?
No wonder they're angry and racist.
I think so. Yeah.
Yankees fan Jeffrey A-Wings 22 says Pink Hat Red Sox fans are the worst.
Pink Hat.
I don't get the Pink Hat. What does that mean?
Red Sox.
I just imagine a fan who's so obnoxious that they have all the different hats and one for
during
breast cancer awareness.
Yeah, breast cancer awareness.
So breast cancer awareness Red Sox fans are the worst.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to hear the rest of that story.
Wow.
Watermelon says, listen, if you're talking about LA, Jeffrey, Phil will go down faster than a Kardashian. That's right. Lakers going down.
Wow.
Well, usually I say faster than a Thai hooker, but that'll work. Purple Nurple says In-N-Out is overrated.
Stop it.
Bring some Steak and Shake to Arizona.
Oh, stop it.
Now, I need to try some Steak and Shake. I haven't tried that. The In-N-Out burgers, I love their burgers.
Yeah, Steak and Shake is pretty good. It's like a Freddy's burger, essentially. But
I love the Freddy burgers.
Yeah, Freddy burgers
they're a bit overpriced.
Yeah, they are.
Listen, In-N-Out is overrated, but it's good.
Stop it.
But it's overrated. It's not as good as sitting in a parking lot that looped around and waiting 50 minutes to get up there to order.
Please.
It's not that good.
You are spoiled because
There's
you
other
have
places.
access to it. Whenever you move away and you don't have access to it, that's when you truly realize the value of it.
I don't have access to it. Not 50 minutes. I ain't gonna sit in line that long when I know I can get through some other places and just get my food and go. But I like the Five Guys. I like the Smash Burger.
Yeah,
I like
Five Guys is pretty good. I like that.
The best burger by far is Shake Shack. Shake Shack has a tremendous burger that does not have any right to be that good. It is so good.
Yeah,
Shake Shack. Pro tip. Enjoy.
I don't know where this came from, but Baby Got Dak says, "Hey guys, Phil, the only bagel worth eating comes from New York."
Oh, well, yeah, I was saying
bagels.
Yeah, because I said that's probably the worst thing about Yankees fans, that they'll throw a bagel at you too.
Oh, don't waste bagels.
A stale bagel at you.
Yeah, well, I guess the birds will get it. Smooth Santana says, I think McDonald's fries are overrated. However, it's cool. Yeah, you can just put them aside and save them for years, and they'll still be good to go.
Yeah, they're consistently average. Like they're like a solid 6.5, no matter what time you ever get to them.
Faded Hero Icon says it's called preservatives, Phil. Look it up. Not good. Not good. Horgon says, Jeffrey, are you are the shrimp deveined? Meaning did you have their poopers removed? Because that's their pooper.
He doesn't even have time to recognize that. He's going. It's shrimp.
No. I don't eat no shrimp with the poopers in them. Yes, they will all be deveined. Yes, absolutely.
Good call, Jeff.
It could or could not be deveined. We don't know.
Skull says, answer me this. Why in the hell do you have Bruce's voice on commercials? It's bad enough he's on 4 hours a day. I am sure there's some people who say the same thing about me, or say the same thing about nobody says that about Randy. Wicho sends a picture, and the picture says, unless retired, the NFL referee position is a weekend job. They're also teachers, lawyers, sporting goods salesmen, etc. However, this weekend job requires about 30 hours of work per week, and also countless meetings. They can reach up to 50 hours per week. They have to watch hours of film, read, blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing, Wicho, I appreciate that. They also get paid more than a lot of people get paid for a full-time job. So to call it a weekend job and say, oh, poor guys have to work a lot. You know what? They're getting paid $100,000 or so. I mean, even the lower level ones get 75.
Yeah, let me see here.
Go ahead and look it up, Phil. Phil made a face. He's going to go look it up. Probably because now he's going to be like, damn, I should be a ref. Fifth letter says, I'm still predicting Lakers versus Suns in the Western Conference Finals, if that makes you feel better.
Yes. NFL referees, the average salary is $188,000.
Wow, I was under. I was way under.
Average big league umpires make $235,000 a season.
Holy crap.
NBA, their average $375,000 a season.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so Phil, you can wipe the look off your face now.
Right, but I think there are a lot of things that mitigate that a lot. I think that they have to pay for their own travel and their own hotel expenses.
Oh no! They're making $300,000 a year.
I can have sympathy for people who are a contractor and maybe they get $100,000 a year. Well, you got to carve about 30,000 plus off the top of that for taxes, for insurance, and this and that. But when you're in the neighborhood of a referee making 180,000 to 300,000 and that, shut up. Don't talk to me about weekend job. And these poor guys put a lot of hours in.
A lot of these guys
not enough hours because they suck.
A lot of these guys travel with teams sometimes too on the team flights and save them all kinds of money. And then they also get per diem from the union.
Phil, per diem means they get a little money on the side for expenses.
Bro.
Berg says Pink Hat fans were the biggest bandwagon fans. Really not sure how to explain it, but it's real in Red Sox Nation. He says, by the way, yes, this 2-year drought is what caused the world's meltdown, by the way. So you're saying that once they stopped winning the championships,
we upset
caused
the
COVID.
Yeah, we upset the natural
race
order
riots.
of things.
Right. Yeah. Wow. But it's also karma because Berg, you're cool, but be honest. Boston fans are just obnoxious. Last Optimist says Rocket Burger up in Moon Valley has the best greasy burgers and fried sides.
Now listen,
they also have a few hundred different varieties of soda you can choose from. Good
I
stuff.
have been there to Rocket Burger. That's a good place. Yeah, it's a little corner shack. It's on
behind the
right
churches.
there. Yeah, it's right behind the church's chicken in there. I used to eat in there on a frequent basis. That's very good in there. Oh, yeah.
Last Optimist also says something that I'd like to have an answer for. He says it's never in the union's interest to purge bad umpires. And my question is, why not? I don't understand why you'd say that.
Oh, that's why it's just those unions. They're always protecting their own, even when they shouldn't.
Yeah. I don't understand why they protect bad cops, and I don't understand why they protect bad referees. A-Wings 22 says Pink Hat refers to all the Red Sox fans who ignored 90 years of failure when their team won in 2004. Stale bagels, Phil. Try D batteries from the 70s.
No, that's
was
Philly.
something.
That's Philly. Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break. The text line is bubbling and boiling. We'll get back and give everybody your say as we move on to the next thing. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents Doug.
Breathe out and repeat after me. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Your bird is eating my candles.
Your bird is eating my candles.
No, seriously, he's making a mess.
No, seriously.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Get a customized quote at libertymutual.com.
If you own or work for a small business and you thought radio advertising was too expensive, listen up. Bruce Jacobs here, and the Fanatic has a fantastic offer to get the word out that your business is open. You'll get a customized advertising campaign, letting our loyal listeners know that you are ready to serve. It's affordable, costing only hundreds, where all the other radio stations charge thousands. So don't wait. This opportunity won't last forever. The Open for Business package is now available. Go to 1580thefanatic.com, find out all the details, and get your small business kicking ass again.
Everybody, Mark Asher, about to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends that have used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time, and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention the Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
Pack your bags for an amazing trip. And our resort, a short walk away from shopping and fine dining. No. Let's try this again. Honey, I booked the vacation of our dreams. No. Getaway. Yes. Okay, honey, I booked the getaway of our...
Hey, sweetie, I'm home.
Here goes. Hey, hon. I got a surprise for you.
No matter how you say it, your luxury oasis is just a short drive away to Hermosa Beach, California. Relax in one of Hermosa Oasis's beautifully appointed apartment home retreats. Take in our ocean breezes, panoramic sunset views, or stroll along 20 miles of oceanfront strand. All of our beach homes offer fully equipped kitchens, crisp linens, plus beach towels, chairs, and umbrellas, along with cable TVs and wireless internet throughout the home and oceanfront patio. You don't have to wait until summer to bask in the warmth of the California sun. Visit HermosaOasis.com. That's HermosaOasis.com. Save extra with off-season rates. Now, anytime is a great time to get away. Visit HermosaOasis.com.
AZ Preps is a 2-hour in-depth look at the Arizona prep sports scene. Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Covering all aspects of the Arizona Interscholastic Association. AZ Preps 365 focuses on all Arizona high school sports, student athletes, news, and notes from around Arizona. Join your host, Jose Garcia, Brett Quintine, and James Mello as they cover the prep sports scene from A to Z. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings from 8 to 10 on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. The Fanatic.
It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. Let's get to the text line, get caught up, and we'll talk about Major League Baseball doing stuff to their balls. Billy Hoyle says the answer is union protection. See, this doesn't make any sense to me, though. Bad refs make all the refs look bad. So you would think that they would want only the best refs in there and have accountability with each. And that way, people are less likely to question the motives or the talent of those referees.
Well, once you start making exceptions or selections on who is and who isn't on this and that, it really leads to a slippery slope.
Prison Wallet says, try eating In-N-Out without a bun. It says it's awful.
No, stop it.
Why would you eat the burger without the bun?
Yeah, who eats a burger without the bun and doesn't expect
somebody's
it to
trying
be?
to cut down carbs.
Well, no, I get it, but I'm saying who does that going into it? Just trying to eat it without the bun on anything. You could say that about McDonald's.
You can get it. You could get a protein style, which is just wrapped with lettuce.
You certainly can, but what I'm saying is that who goes in there expecting it without a bun to be the same quality, the same meal?
It's absolutely the same meat. It's the same hamburger. It's the same meat. It's done the same way. You just have it wrapped in lettuce.
Yeah,
I love carbs.
Yeah.
Circumcised Mosquito says, being from Texas, Whataburger is our In-N-Out. Now living here, I still believe Whataburger is better than In-N-Out.
I'm so sorry.
Whataburger is good.
It's
good.
It's not the same.
Yeah, it's good. It's not the same, no, but it
always gives me heartburn for some reason.
Yeah.
Wing Guru says In-N-Out burgers are pretty good. You have to ask for the grilled onions, but the fries are overrated. When the novelty going to wear off there, the lines of those places just terrible. Terrible. Skoll says, bet your house on the Vikings, everybody. Going to the Super Bowl. Every year he says that.
Yeah, the realty market will probably reset then.
Mr. Pink Eye says, silly Phil, Dodger fans and Laker fans are the same.
No, they're not. No.
Nondescript says, you got all the commercial joints out of the way. No better burger in Phoenix, though, than Ingo's. Is that Ingo's? I-N-G-O-S? Ingo's?
Never heard of it. Maybe he's trying to say IHOP.
Where's that? Where's that at, Nondescript? Witcho says, wow, I had no idea they got played that much. Good Cat says, I'd rather hear Dale's spot than have my ears bleed each time Bruce's voice comes on. I really don't want this to be the bitch about the morning show. So, Helibin Mike says, when I worked clearing gas pipeline right-of-ways, I was headed to the hotel in Shreveport, just off the Terry Bradshaw freeway there. Looked up and saw, in all places, Whataburger. Man, the triple I ordered there was one of the best burgers ever.
No kidding.
Yeah, Whataburger is good. I don't care what you say.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just it's not in the same stratosphere as In-N-Out.
Kiss the Cook says Rally's Big Buford and their seasoned battered fries. Hell yeah.
Oh, their seasoned fries were amazing. Yeah.
Jack in the Box has a good fry selection.
Has sent me a photograph here. It says people with these cars can easily steal your girl. Ooh, well, we better look at this.
Okay.
A Bentley.
Okay.
Looks like a Ferrari.
Okay.
The other one looks like a Lambo.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them's a white panel van. Yes, they could easily steal your girl in a different way with that one. Nondescript says in goes and then gives me a tasty food there. It's in Phoenix. All you got to do is say Phoenix. I didn't need the link. 40th Street over there. So thanks for that non-script. Good Cat says, can we rub it in the morning show's face that you guys get more time off? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, except for it's not really as much as we thought it would be. We're going to be here now every day, except for a slightly different time and shortened up a little bit in a couple of days. So there's a couple of days we do a 2-hour show, but yeah, I'm a little bummed out. I thought we'd get more days off out of this.
Then there's a handful of days we're doing like 7 hours.
No, we're never doing that.
Oh, did I misread that? I'm sorry.
See that right there? 3. That's what we do. I do 3.
Okay. All right.
Sometimes I do 2. Sometimes I do 1. Sometimes I do none. But I only do
3, 2, and 1.
3,
that's 6 right there.
I don't do 4. Fed Fan says, I had a boss who hated me because I was a woman and an older driver. Thanks to being a Teamster, I kept my job, and that jackass went back to the hole he crawled out of. Okay. Well, for some way, here's the thing about unions. At some point, they're a really good thing, but then they grow and they become something that's the pendulum swings too far in one direction. I get it. Companies need workers, and these workers need some protection so they don't get abused by the company. So when that starts to happen, they need to form a union to help protect themselves against big bad companies. But then when the union becomes big bad union, wielding too much power and just being jerks and making it impossible, guess what happens next? Hey, I guess we're going to move these jobs to Mexico. So long, everybody. So you got to be real careful that, yes, there is a good need for unions, but then you got to be careful they don't get so out of control it makes it impossible for companies to do business. That's the thing that has plagued the United States of America for a long, long time. Too much power swings in one direction or the other, and it ruins things. Just saying. I don't know if that really applies to NFL, NHL, Major League Baseball referees or not. But if the pendulum has swung so far that we have to put up with bad officiating, I don't know how the NFL can put up with that. So it's time to move all the teams to Mexico. That's what we're going to do. We're going to move the whole operation to Mexico. And that'll teach you sons of bitches, referees who want to be dirty. That'll teach you, unions.
The Tijuana Cardinals.
Why not? Okay, there might be some problems with my plan. I just spewed it out right there.
The Chihuahua Chargers.
Boogie says there's a Rallies on Princeton University in Tempe. Man, I love them fries. Hamburgers are good too. Just a Tip says, do some research, guys. In-N-Out Burger has an extensive secret menu. Best non-chain burger, in my opinion, is Harvey's Wine Burger at 16th Avenue in Highland. Damn good. Is that Avenue or Street? Might be 16th Street. Cowboy Sparky says Blake's Lotta Burger and Hatch chili to it. Oh, you're from New Mexico.
Yeah, Blake's is good.
I've had some Blake's there in the Silver City area of New Mexico.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about Major League Baseball, and they're getting ready. They're like, hey, whatever you're putting on your balls, stop putting that stuff on your balls.
Yeah.
Foreign substances on baseballs will not be tolerated, and they're about to crack down on this. Really, they got a lot of pitchers putting the stuff in the balls.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is something that's been going on since the inception of baseball. Anytime you can get
years,
you can get an edge, you'll get an edge. Just like batters have used corked bats and other
what's that?
items.
What's that stuff on their helmet that they always use?
Well, that's called pine tar, and they use pine tar, and sometimes it creeps up the surface, and sometimes they will just sort of in the batter's circle over there as they're warming up. They'll grab some pine tar from the handle, and they'll just happen to reach up on the barrel of the bat and maybe work that in there. So it gives them a little more grip when they hit the ball, and it helps them strike the ball a little more solid. So they get more solid contact. Yeah, Jeffrey O'Brien,
I have a question.
Fanatic. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, thank you. Why is there pine tar on a bat?
Well, some of these guys believe that it helps them grip the bat more securely when you have a baseball bat in your hand and it doesn't have any tape on it or anything. It can become slippery from the sweat or perspiration of your hand. Yeah, Jeffrey O'Brien, 15.
Follow-up question, please. Yes.
Yeah.
Why not ban the pine tar from the wooden bats?
Yeah, well, and that's a great point because baseball in their infinite wisdom are saying, you pitchers now, you don't do that. We want to make it even playing for those batters to have a chance to really get up there in a level playing field against you evil pitcher. You know what? Cry me a damn river. Are you kidding me? One of these batters get up there with a pine tar, and they get all the other accoutrements that are in the batter. So give me a break. Go up there and let's play the game.
I really love the hypocrisy of Major League Baseball when they say, all right, you guys, you better stop putting stuff on them balls. If we see that your normal spin rate has been increased, there might be an investigation. Hold on, we'll be right with you as we juice up the balls to make them easier to hit home runs with.
Yeah.
We can juice the balls, but you can't mess with them.
Only
us, not you. It's like, all right.
When I saw that
It's so
article today,
frustrating.
I just laughed out. Like, give me a break. You guys own Rawlings Baseball Factory that supplies Major League Baseball with all the baseballs, and it was proven that you guys were messing around with the physics of the baseball to help it fly a little more pure and straight. Give me a break. Let's play the game.
Yeah, I just don't get why it's okay to mess with the ball so you can increase offense, but then the pitchers, hey, listen, they're trying to make a living too. They're trying to win games too. It's not fair to do unto them and then not expect them to try to do something to compensate for it.
And then you get these fools up there that hit home runs and a meaningless home run, and they do their bat flip. Give me a break.
It's not really what I'm talking about.
Well, I do like a bat flip.
No,
where did that come from?
Then you like a.
And you know what else I hate about referees? Whenever after a game they go fast food,
a little, a sneaker over the damn fence, and they're all like, "Look at me!" and they flip their bat. If I was pitching, dude, most of those guys would just get one right above the numbers.
Cowboy Sparky says, "Yeah, I hear they put pine tar in the protective netting too, man."
Yeah, the damn netting too.
Helps,
you know what? I've been watching spring training games. And I see these kids and these guys hit home runs in these spring training games, and the kids are just bolting after the balls. But no more joy in Major League Baseball parks because we've got to protect the snowflakes so they can social media surf on their damn cell phone devices. Give me a break.
Last Optimist says, and this is why I don't care that the Astros were stealing signs. All right, so retroactively justifying your team's cheating ways, not quite the same. But you're right. It doesn't seem like we should hold other people accountable when the Major League Baseball is kind of doing their own little cheating for their own interests. So how about we do this? You get the ball. Let's agree. This is how the ball is going to be. Leave it the hell alone. Let's have the rules over here. Let's agree we're not going to put any substances on these balls. And let's all agree that we're just going to play the damn sport. And if we go through a period of time where offense is king, great. If we go through a period of time where pitching is king, great. Let's just make it the pure sport that it's supposed to be. Why do we got to keep adjusting things one way or the other? I just don't get this. Same thing with football, basketball, all those things. If somebody's saying, oh, we should do now that everybody's gotten better at shooting the basketball than they ever were in the past. We got to now we got to move that 3-point line back. Do you? Or do you just need to learn how to defend?
No.
Do you need a 4-point line? It's a make the game work? No. Do you? Or how about we just say, this is the way the game is right now. There's times where there's small ball, there's big ball, there's big guys. It's fast, it's slow. The game adjusts to the nature of the players and the nature of what people are doing to try to win. But to change the equipment, I don't know. I think that that's got to stop from everybody, Major League Baseball and beyond. Just make it a pure sport.
Well, again, equipment is different than the dimensions of the court. I think that moving that's a completely another ball of wax there that you're
Don't
having.
Don't move the 3-point line back. Get better at defending the 3-point shot.
No,
there's no reason to do that.
When it dictates the style of play and how the only way to win now is to at least have suitable 3-point shooters. It dictates which way to win.
Too bad. So sad. Get yourself a 3-point shooter.
No, you should have a varied way of different ways to win. Whenever a sport becomes narrow, what do we love about football? That defense wins championships, or that offensive teams make it to the Super Bowl, or that maybe it's a run game that makes it to the Super Bowl. There are different ways that you can win. There are different results and ways that the Super Bowl is won. But whenever in the NBA we see it, who consistently makes it all the way is now 3-point shooting. Charles Barkley was infamous for saying, "I'll eat my hat," or whatever the heck he said. Whenever he said the Golden State Warriors will never win shooting threes like they are, and in the same fashion that they are. And of course, he was proven wrong and wrong and wrong again. And it's consistently stayed that way because that's the only way to win now.
Like this show, Charles is more of an entertainer.
Sure.
An expert.
Sure.
But yeah,
to illustrate a point.
Anytime you've got the basics of a sport, but you have to make adjustments to equipment because you think it'll make something work better, that ain't cool, man.
They've done it before. They've done it before.
I get changing some rules, but the Major League Baseball has been the worst about this, juicing them balls and trying to act like they weren't doing it and lying about it. It's very annoying. By the way, men, be careful with your balls. Something happened about a week or so ago. Firefighters in Delton, Wisconsin, they went out to this house on fire, right? And it turned out after the investigation, it was started by a crystal ball. What it was, there was a crystal ball that was sitting out on a table next to a big window. So the sun hit the crystal ball. Then it created a laser heat ray that set the couch on fire.
Wow. Oh, boy.
Yeah. Almost burnt down the house.
You got to watch your balls all the time.
Always be careful with your balls. And I tell you what, if the person who had this crystal ball had actually been using it, maybe they'd have seen this coming. You know what I mean? Get that thing away from the window.
That's true. Yep.
They did put out the fire. The entire house did not burn down, but
I see in the future flames and smoke and hot, hunky firefighters coming into our house.
Hunky. $250,000 worth of damage to the inside. And it's weird. Anytime you see the inside of a house, they take pictures where it had been on fire. Ew, it was creepy. Yeah. Oh, it's creepy. Nobody died, so it's okay. Anyways, all right, guys, we got to take a break. When we come back, I got your man lawn. We got some more NFL to talk about. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Businesses that run like clockwork establish routines they trust. That's why over 1 million companies rely on Cintas. We'll help you protect employees and customers with essential safety supplies. Inspect your fire protection systems and devices. Hygienically launder your uniforms. And keep you well-stocked with the leading hand sanitizers and disinfecting wipes. Learn how Cintas can help you open your doors with confidence. Oh, I'm ready! Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
These last few months have reinforced just how unpredictable the world is increasingly becoming. Right now, we're seeing market highs in the face of economic lows. Professional investors are wisely positioning their portfolios to protect against possible market downturns while still benefiting from the current bull market. So should you. Register for Online Trading Academy's complimentary 3-hour class, Protection from the Election. This new class will explore strategies to protect wealth from instability and capture profits during both bull and bear cycles. Call 844-877-2337 to reserve your complimentary seat in Protection from the Election. Space is limited and all COVID safety measures will be followed. Classes are available in Scottsdale, Chandler, or Peoria. Call 844-877-2337 or text OTA to 31996. Again, call 844-877-2337 or text OTA to 31996.
Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Felicia.
We're the hosts of the show, Drive Friendly.
With Steve's 40 years of experience, you're going to get the real insider information about the automotive industry. And I'll be interviewing local celebrities and experts so you can be informed and live your very best life.
Laugh and learn with Steve, Felicia, and the gang. You'll be smarter for listening. Drive Friendly, 10 a.m. Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100-plus degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
ADOT presents Terrifying Jobs.
Snake handler, take one.
This is a really terrifying job. Today we're talking with James Hall, a snake wrangler at the Phoenix Zoo. They handle really creepy, venomous creatures. Given the hazards, why do you do it?
I've been fascinated by reptiles since I was a child.
Tell me about your little friend there.
So this is Bear Hug. He's a Burmese python. We have him here at the Phoenix Zoo.
He kind of makes my skin crawl. Is there anything that rattles you?
Yeah, distracted drivers terrify me.
This message is brought to you by ADOT, the ABA, and this station.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Phil there in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale, and you guys are on the Summit Mail Medical Text line, 888-368-1580. It's a sunny, bright day, and I feel bad for anybody who's driving west on their way home. I got to tell you, that is horrible. I hate in the morning if you're driving into the sunrise, and I hate driving into a sunset. It just, that is the worst. I don't know how high the sun is right now because I can't really see out the window. I just see that it's sunny. But damn, that's the worst. If you were going to have a daylight saving sort of a situation, it should just be a work-based thing. Like, okay, I'm only going to work from this time to this time so that I don't have to drive blinded every time I try to go home.
Sun's not that low in the sky right now, Jeffco. I was just outside taking a look at the weather. Of course, I'm your staff meteorologist, the chief meteorologist here at 1580 Fanatic, Randy White. And there's some cloud activity out there. There's some winds out there. But the sun is up there. It's not that blinding, piercing, in your face, scorch your damn corneas out. Nothing like that. Yeah. It's actually comfortable day today. Roll the windows down and turn us up even louder because enjoy your ride home.
Share it with your friends in bumper to bumper traffic. They'll thank you for it. So, that's the thing. I've said this on Twitter, but I'll say it here. A lot of people will accuse me of being either a conservative or a Republican or a liberal and a Democrat or whatever. I'm really just right down the middle. And this should give you an idea. The only thing politically that I care about right now, the only thing that I look up on a regular basis, the only thing politically where I'm like, you better get this thing voted on and you better get it passed, is daylight savings. It's the only thing I care about. I want to see that go away. Bye-bye forever. Yeah. I want to stop having to worry about it. I get it. You're like, well, Jeffrey, you're in Arizona. We don't change our clocks here. Damn right. And I respect that. But the rest of the planet does. And of course, we're working for a radio station and we take some national programming, the games and like Jim Rome and CBS Sports Radio. So by the time of day things happen, turns out to be kind of important. So just the fact we change, and then I've got to worry about my kids live in a different state, a couple of them, and then my mom lives in another state. It's like, which time zone are we on? It's like, just come on. There's no reason for us to do this anymore. And then they say, well, I didn't know this was going to happen. Oh, there's a health detriment when you do the daylight saving. People have heart attacks. People's heads are exploding. People are just walking outside. And
it's a national emergency.
Yeah. So hopefully we have changed our time for the last time. And when all is said and done, Arizona is just going to be stuck at Pacific time this time, the way things are right now. I hope that happens. Politically, that's all I care about. Nothing else. Bob Schwersky says, I agree with Jeffrey. Not so much on the daylight savings thing there, but if you don't have a 3-point shooter on your team, then shame on you. Don't add a 4-point line. That would be like banning passes in the NFL because a certain team can't seem to get a good quarterback. Like the Bears. See,
it's true statement.
What are you talking about? You got Andy Dalton, the Red Rifle, right there, quarterbacking your team. It's what could go wrong?
Bob Swirsky is a pretty nice guy. We've met him once. He came down to the studios, and to my surprise, my version of his voice is 99.9% accurate. He's a nice guy, but what you said right there is enough to make a Bears fan lurch out of their chair and forget that about polite society and try to strangle you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
They'd be like, okay, I remember myself. So let's get caught up on the text line. We left a lot on the board here, and then we'll get to the next thing here. I got to give you your daily ban log. King of Kitten says, oh, no, Jeffrey. Arizona's always on Mountain Standard Time. Yeah, but if they change the clocks, we stay exactly where we are right now. And I like that. Don't mess with my life. Don't mess with my life, King Kittens. He says, by the way, I'm going to go get a Habit Burger right now. Oh, this is good.
Habit Burger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Nuns make them. Watermelon says, I feel like there should be some investigations into those referees, follow the money, to the playoffs, if you will. I agree. Anytime somebody's up to something like that. Yeah. A unnamed texter, somebody who last texted in 2019.
Oh, wow.
The last time they texted was December 20th, 2019.
Well, Merry Christmas.
At that point, 7778 was texting about a Thai food restaurant. So the only thing that gets this person to text in, we have found over the course of 2 years, is food. And last time he says crew of Thai. That's some good stuff. But now it's saying Original Hamburger Works at 15th Avenue in Thomas.
Oh, yeah. When I was going to PC, we went to the Original. That was a in between classes. You sneak across the street there and you go, oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a good place.
Navy Brad says, guys, since you guys smoke meats, what is a good smoker to get as a newbie to the smoker world?
It depends on your style. What are you looking for?
He has no style. He's new.
Yeah. Are you looking for a charcoal-based smoke? Are you looking for something that you can set and forget? Then you would go with a pellet smoker, like some of those Traeger grills are like a pellet smoker. You might look at that.
You can't go wrong with Traeger, Navy Brad.
So if you were really into this hobby and you want to sit there and really adjust the heat yourself, then you go with a charcoal-based type of smoker, and you got to work the fire. I'm going to drop now big money. I hate to say this on the radio because I know there's a lot of people financially struggling, but I'm gonna drop a full $100 on a Weber kettle grill. Ooh. And I've got some recipes. I'm going to use that, smoking recipes on a kettle grill. So it kind of runs the gambit. It just kind of depends on what you want to do. You can't really go wrong when you're smoking meat.
Absolutely. We just got an air fryer here at the house. You guys on the text line and Randy and Phil both very much suggested that. I've never had one. And the more I learn about this thing, it's like it's a miracle. It's a miracle product.
It's a modern day sliced bread.
Yeah. And I just, my wife got a little sensitive about it. She got it. And I'm like, well, so when are we going to cook something? She's like, you want to eat again? You mind your own business. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I don't know why she was so cranky at the moment. But
you don't go in the kitchen there. No.
And listen, I don't mess with what she does, and she don't mess with my grill. So I don't know what about this thing made her grumpy. Is it a complicated piece of equipment?
Yeah, there are a couple steps that you got to take. You got to make sure that you season right. You got to evenly distribute whatever it is that needs to be fried to rise up like a phoenix from the ashes. So there's steps. It's a complicated process, even though it does happen incredibly fast.
I don't know why she had to go right for the soft spot. Like, you ever want to eat again? It's like, oh Jesus, all right, yeah, fine.
Yeah, don't mess with it.
So there you go, Navy Brad. You can't go wrong with Traeger, but any good name brand just as your starter. But boy, I tell you what, watch some videos, read the reviews.
Oh, there are communities online. I know my dad. He's a part of like 3 grilling groups at all, and he'll come in and tell me just randomly, like, did you know that they've got videos? You can set like a nanny cam inside there for them. I'm like, oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, you can go on YouTube and look up barbecue smokers, and you can find all sorts of grill masters that will give you tips and insights into what kind of. You don't have to drop $1,000 on a smoker. You can start with something less expensive, kind of cut your teeth, and then work your way up.
Hey, Randy, can you rewind back just a second there to what Phil just said? Could you rewind?
You want me to rewind?
Yeah, to that I need to rewind back to. The hell, what was that about? Nanny cam in a smoker? What are you talking about?
Apparently you can control the temperature in there, as I'm sure you probably know.
Why do you need a nanny cam?
Well, if you want to look at your meats, but you don't want to let the heat escape.
Oh, you
melt
want to
the
see
camera?
You want to see what your meat is doing. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Should just be sitting there.
You don't have to look at your meat when you're smoking it.
Well, hey.
I mean, I don't want to disrespect your dad. I'm sure he's got a lot of experience.
Oh,
with
no,
this,
no. He didn't buy it. I laid him off that path, but in the discussions.
Okay, but what camera does it melt from that? How do you do that?
I don't know. I didn't ask it. I didn't go too far into it. I'm not a part of the groups.
I am just curious. Not that I would use it, but I'm curious about it. Hell, all I need right now is a good grill light. You know,
there you go.
Sometimes after the show, I'm always, hey, you want a grill? I'm like, hell yeah. And then I go out there, I'm like, I can't see. So I my phone light, it does all right. But I think I don't know about a camera. That is that's intriguing though.
Jeffco, go over to the Ace or the Home Depot there and get you one of those clip-on lights, those little clip-on work lights, not the big halogens, just one that's got a bulb and you just plug it in and you clip that on the old grill there and you can see what you're doing.
$3 light, that's it.
Yeah, I'll get it on Amazon. I still ain't going nowhere yet. Boogie says, all right, but as for baseball, listen, I'm going to get caught up in the text line. So if you're just joining us, you're going to hear a lot of fragments of conversations we've had over the last couple hours. So I know it sounds like we're changing lanes very quickly here, but trust me, I just want to make sure everybody gets their text read. Boogie says, get rid of the pine tar. Let's just cover the bats and the balls and the nets so everyone is safe in case one of those things goes flying into the crowd.
Oh, yeah, it's a very dangerous place. Very dangerous.
Bubble wrap and Nerf is what you need.
Absolutely. Everybody needs to wear helmets and face masks. Oh, yeah. It's a very scary place at the ball. Yeah, definitely, Boogie. Good call.
Helibin Mike says, yeah, the pink hat. He says it goes all the way back to the great Boston Bean pitcher, Wally Leakensphincter. His doctored pitches were nasty.
Got you again, Jeffco.
Leakensphincter. Mm-hmm. No, I read it. I just thought it was funny. Ukla Mock says, hi, Randy.
Hi.
Yes, Radio Pal. Football needs to quit monkeying with the equipment and go back to those leather helmets when men were men. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I actually like the idea because some people have actually floated the idea that if they went back to the leather helmets, less people would lead with their head and then less people would end up with concussions. I mean, you'd have a fatality or two every year, but the rest of them will be fine. Beer Bob says Smash Burger is my go-to since they have gluten-free buns. Killer Burger, that was good when it was there until Cohen Curse did them in. And I have ordered business at the other guys if I'm in a pinch. Also, sweet potato fries are awesome over there at Smash Burger. Again, I just want to remind everybody, the death of Killer Burger in Scottsdale had zero to do with anything, but the owners were fighting with each other. And like the owners from Oregon were fighting with the owners that were here. And it was a shame because that was doing great business and we were having a lot of fun with those guys. It was so good. Oh God, the peanut butter burger there was amazing.
Peanut butter, bacon, pickle burger.
As much as I'd like to blame those things on Eric Cohen. Now maybe the curse had something to do with it, but
could be.
It was nothing other than just that. Fish Tank says, hey, Jeffrey, my company's home office is in Pennsylvania and I interact with them daily. And when daylight savings happens, people lose their minds because it's all set in Eastern time and they have no idea what to do. Yes, kill the daylight savings.
God, the sun is so bright. I can practically tan.
It's because of daylight savings. If they flip that switch, you won't. You could also close the blinds. Just saying. Fish Tank also says maybe the umpire union is actually secretly investigating in robotics and IT crap, and then everybody, bam! All of a sudden, umps get fired with all their investments in all this IT and the cams. Rich. Yep. Rolling the robo umps.
Could be. Yeah.
Prison Wallet says, I agree with Phil. That is all.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. You want to know about what? Probably
no. Just put a blanket across the board.
Hefty Lefty says, I agree, Jeffrey. I can't believe it's not butter either. I can't believe it's not butter. I've never been able to believe it's not butter. It's been a thing for me. I have trust issues. Puts the lotion in the basket, says, 2019. Wow. What's wrong with Dave's double and Frosty for dipping fries, huh? I think that's two separate texts, but yes, nothing wrong with dipping your fries in a Frosty. Good Cat says, how about Major League Baseball goes to all aluminum bats?
Oh boy. Hey, you want to talk about, oh my God, no, we don't want that. With the exit velocity of a baseball off a wooden bat? Are you kidding me? Yeah, no.
He also says, Everybody should try Hatchet, 7th Avenue in Missouri. They got the New Mexico Hatch Chili Burger over there.
Oh boy!
Well, what do they do when the chilies are out of season? That's a curiosity on that. Is it still called Hatchet or
Probably
Hatchet in a few months?
You know, I think it's. Remember, Jeffrey, a few years ago, we came up with this idea: synthetic vegetables.
Yeah, I didn't come. Yeah, I don't. Think
That's what it is.
gonna work.
Synthetic hatch.
Would you ever
chilies.
shoot up vegetables, Jeffrey? That way you
What do
don't
you-
have to actually eat it or taste it.
No, I'm no junkie, Phil. You keep those needles out of my arm. Yeah. What do you call junkies? Junkie? Yeah. I don't know what else to call them. I don't know the street terms.
I mean, it doesn't have to be your arms. You can put it in between your toes.
Why do you know this, Phil?
I ain't gonna get like Brussels sprouts injected into my eyeball.
I'm just
Forget
saying,
it.
Maybe just drop trow and then just turn the other
What?
cheek and just whoosh. There's some carrots for you.
Is Phil trying to inject things in my trout?
Ooh.
Fed fan says, "Welcome, fellow air fryer people." Okay, I don't know if we're air fryer people yet. We've yet to cook anything in it.
Long have we waited.
Last Optimist says, "How's moving the 3-point arc different than new baseball parks having closer walls and stuff?" Don't change nothing. Don't change. Listen.
Oh
the
yeah,
parks,
that's a great rule.
The
That's a
parks
great-
have variables on the way they're designed. I always wondered, why aren't all parks dictated on, okay, it'll be this distance to here, that distance there, but they're not. They're not. And the walls are different heights and all that stuff from the old
That's
days.
the characteristic of a ballpark.
Oh,
That's
sure.
why you love going out to a ballpark and watch a game.
Okay.
That's a different animal altogether. But yeah, the 3-point arc, there's no reason to screw it.
I'm curious if this would change your mind at all, Jeffrey. If I could link to you a study that shows that the football field, if it were to either be shortened or widened, and that would lead to improved player safety and health, meaning that you would have less injuries in the NFL because you're either taking away runway for the players to run and tackle the other, or more ability to evade, or whatever. Would that lead you to change your stance?
Are you wanting to change the NFL of this great country into that Canadian ham
No.
football from north of the border? Is that what you're wanting, Phil?
I'm not saying I do, but I'm curious if that would get him to move off of
No.
his stance.
Oh,
wow.
Oh,
Listen,
wow.
we need equipment improvement. We need, and listen, a lot of the guys in the NFL have developed different ways of tackling, different ways of doing things. And they're also, they now know what the rules are. And there's been things that have been made into penalties to try to protect the players. I think that is fine. I don't think widening it or lengthening it, changing the dimension of the field aren't going to change anything. You make it wider, they're still going to go to the outside, and you're still going to have those same collisions. It doesn't matter how wide the field is. It doesn't matter how long the field is. There's no reason to change those dimensions. What you got to do is get the equipment right. That's the thing.
What if the field was 1,000 feet wide? Will we be onto something there?
Tom
Nobody
Brady
would
drops
ever-
back, puts the football in the cannon, and boom goes the lollipop. It's all the
Nobody
way.
would ever be out of bounds. There'd never be that, they have to watch the video of where were his feet, you know?
Oh, you know what? What are those things that like in stripes? They drop it, and then out comes the bomb. The mortars. They would have mortars for the football.
Well, the problem also is substitutions. You know, I don't know how you're going to substitute anybody that quickly. They'd have to change the time clocks. So. Last Optimist says, I have a Weber kettle grill set up as a smoker with a thermostat, forces air through it to maintain a constant temperature.
Yeah.
Daylight Drew says, please pour me a Maker's Mark, Randy. Hope all's been well, boys. Been doing a lot of production, so I haven't been able to listen lately. But by the way, go Coyotes. Rusty Nut says, Phil is full of it. Air fryers are very simple and they're amazing, and they make the best bacon.
Oh, yeah.
Can I tell you, I feel a little threatened by that. I'm the bacon maker. I'm the bacon maker in the house. I got a special square pan so I can make my bacon.
You're losing your jobs to these robots and AI.
And now you know how the umpires in baseball feel about robotic umpires.
Got to start a union. Got to start a bacon making union, because I do think I might have lost my job. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey there, homeowners. Are you experiencing pipe leaks? Is your water bill unexpectedly high, or are you suffering from low water pressure? These are signs of widespread pipe failure due to old, corroded, and shoddy pipes. Rerouting a pipe or other Band-Aid fixes are not the answer. Only a whole house repipe with brand new high-quality PEX or copper will permanently solve the problem.
Repipe Specialists. No more leaks and great water pressure. They've been doing this for over 25 years. Repipe in just 1 to 2 days at half the cost of a plumber with a lifetime guarantee. Say goodbye to leaks once and for all. Enjoy a pipe leak-free home and eliminate the risk of potential water damage. Call us today for your free in-home estimate. We'll even take 20% off our already low price and receive 0% interest when you call today. Call 888-380-7097. 888-380-7097. That's 888-380-7097.
Dale Hellestrey here to talk to you about my friend Mike Sheehan with the Sheehan Real Estate Group and My Home Group. If you're in the market for buying or selling a home, he's going to tell you what you already know. Supply is low. Demand is high. That's where the Sheehan Group comes in to make sure you don't settle on the first home, but find that perfect home. For buying or selling, give them a call at Sheehan Group, 602-740-4818 for your real estate needs. They're your teammate in real estate.
Are you tired of buying bottled water to drink and living with hard chlorinated water in your home? Imagine bottled quality alkaline water in every faucet with a system that has no maintenance and no filters to change. A system designed to last over 15 years. Introducing the pH Smart 5000 Whole House Alkaline Water System. A system so advanced, health-minded consumers and athletes are using this technology to enhance a healthy lifestyle. Championship professional basketball coach Frank Vogel knows the importance of protecting his family and improving athletic performance. Take a listen to why he uses Earth Smart Water.
Earth Smart Water is Phoenix's best choice for no salt whole house filtration. Best in price, best in quality, best in service, and customer satisfaction with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. You can trust Earth Smart Water to protect your family and home with clean, healthy, alkaline water from every tap in your home.
Call today at 480-656-1248 to experience the incredible benefits of alkaline water in your home. Just call Earth Smart Water at 480-656-1248 or visit us at eswaz.com.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. We are everywhere you need to be.
Listen on 1580 AM and 99.3 FM for the Phoenix metro area.
If you live in the East Valley, dial up 95.9 FM to listen in. Stream us live everywhere at 1580thefanatic.com.
Or download the 1580 The Fanatic Sports app from the App Store or the Google Play Store.
We are 1580 The Fanatic, your new home for sports.
We've already done that. We did that like 22 minutes ago.
Oh,
you were out of the room. Could you fix your damn clock?
Sorry about that, Jeff. Go.
It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. During the break, I hate to be that guy, but Phil got very excited about a new DiGiorno's crust. It's a croissant crust. You guys like, oh, that's great. But I hate to be that guy. I'm the same with my Colts. I'm the same way about it. I just want to give him some reality check. I didn't mean to be a buzzkill, but here's the thing. A croissant, a flaky crust, how's that going to be strong enough to hold the pizza? You grab the croissant, it falls apart. Now you got a handful of pizza goo right there.
Exactly.
Don't join him on this. When I eat a delicious...
I'm not joining him. I'm an independent thinker, and you think about it. Croissants are just flake away in your hand, and they're all over your shirt and everything else. What the hell do you think is going to happen with a pizza?
What I'm imagining is happening is that they're going to have a strong foundational crust at the bottom of this pizza, and then it'll slowly it'll blossom,
tears right off.
But it'll blossom into the crust and the part that
just go eat one and let me know.
Oh, it's going to be delicious. I don't even know if you guys will see me for the next 3 days.
Do the YouTube thing where you videotape it and show it. I want you to do that.
Oh, it's going to be absolutely delicious.
Bob Shrushki heard my needing some grill lighting. He's here you go, Jeffrey, on Amazon for $14. You get 2 of these things. It's a 2-pack. Great for nighttime grilling and avoiding stepping on Legos at night. And what it is they're called gear lights, and I guess you strap them to your head. I don't know if I want to walk around with that on my head.
Yeah,
but he says, these gear lights are great for everything, including skinning an elk, and a lot of people do that at night, and maybe even working on your car.
Now, in my hunting gear, I've got a hat that's got a couple of those little lights there on the hat. You just punch them like that. They come on. There you go, Jeffco. That would be manly, and it would be
in
useful.
A pinch. Yeah. In a pinch, maybe, but I'd like to have something a little more permanent on the grill where I can just turn flip a switch there. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Large Marge says, trust me, air fryer bacon is great, but it's messy. And I learned that when you change the toast mode after air frying bacon, you might want to have a fire extinguisher handy. True story, scared the bleep out of me. Okay, so that is good information for me to know, because we make the bacon in there. I don't want to get in trouble for a thing catching fire next. Thank you so much for that.
Sounds like you're not going to lose your job anytime soon, Jeffco.
Hooray. I love making bacon the old
because here's the thing is that you love bacon. Even if you aren't making it, you love bacon. So I'm curious is if it's a better bacon than you can possibly make, as much as you would hate it as the person who is known for making bacon, I think that you as the bacon lover would still go to it time and time again.
Oh, calm down, Phil.
Here, the love doctor.
Try it.
Who doesn't love making bacon? That's my question today.
Dean, not there's no euphemism.
I do.
No, he's literally talking about making actual bacon, not making bacon. It's not the beast with two backs. Dean.
Ah, I see.
Sorry. Just Phil, you got to work in the phrasing. Santan Scott says poorly lit grilling areas ruin grilling for me.
Oh yeah.
Well, during the day it's not poorly lit. It's just at night it gets a little dark. Circumcised Mosquito says, I just realized how obvious that. Yeah, only at night does it get dark. Suddenly it just sounded like
the team with the most points wins.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Circumcised Mosquito says, you know what? Everybody just needs to man up. The game has been the same for over 100 years. There's no need to mess with it. Yeah. If you're not paying attention in the stands, you get smacked in the head by a ball. It's your damn fault. Yep. I didn't see any of those old timers bitching back in the day. 100% agree with you, Circumcised Mosquito. But because of the wussification of these United States of America, we have so many moron snowflake children out there, even in their 30s. You have to put up the nets, protect the idiots from themselves. You have to do that to protect the players from, feeling like they did something wrong when they clearly didn't. You have to protect the teams from the financial payout that moron who's looking at their phone, getting hit by a foul ball, is going to actually end up wanting. So just to make it simpler, you gotta figure out stuff to the lowest common denominator. Moron looking at phone is going to win this one. So put up the nets. It sucks, but that's the way it is. Mm-hmm. See, Randy would have already been hit by a foul ball right now.
What? Sorry, I was looking at my phone. What?
Yeah, well, at least you're not at a game. Fish Tank says, hey, Jeffrey, I already submitted my air fryer fish tank burger bites to the Fourth Dimension cookbook. Give it a shot. Okay, yeah, by the way, every time you guys have been sending in the recipes, I've been putting them into a folder. I have not forgot. The order of things are like this. The Manstitution, because we clearly need the Manstitution.
Definitely.
In everybody's pocket.
Oh, yeah.
And then it'll be the Daily Blender cookbook, manly cookbook. Are we calling it the Daily Blender manly cookbook? Or just
I don't know. It's your cookbook. It's between you and Oregon.
It's whatever Oregon
wants.
That's
nothing to do with Oregon.
I mean, you guys need to get together and collaborate on a
not getting
working
together
title.
anything. He sent me a picture of him and he scares me. I ain't getting together with that guy. Now, if I post that picture up, you'd see what I'm saying. That is not a fellow to be trifled with.
Yeah, no, I would lay off of his cookbook and claiming name on that.
Yep.
That's a lie, true. Phil. That's a big fat lie right there. Kiss the Cook says, Jeffrey, you need to invest in a Nova sous vide circulator. Makes your meat so tender you won't use your teeth.
Hey.
Okay.
Just I gum it,
He says, by the way, suns are on. Tip off. I'm grilling. I got Island Spice ribs at 5 p.m. there. Came up with a couple of Fourth Dimension texter names. If you could add these to the file if you want.
Okay.
Oh,
Randy. Shoot away.
Face Kelly. Oh, that's not bad. Highball. Streakers balls. NBT. That's for next best thing. Naked Amazon. Tequila Nightmare. Ooh, I like that.
I like that.
Wow.
Douche, but with like a little thing on it to make it say touche. So it's like douche. And foul balls. So those are Kiss the Cook's latest suggestions.
I only got one of them, unfortunately, but Jeffrey will give those other ones to me and I will make one of them. Thank you.
2714 says, why isn't today's morning show on the podcast on the app? Okay, will you update that, please? We don't do that. You're going to have to talk to those guys. That's none of my business. That means Chief, drop the ball. So you yell at those guys. Cowboy Sparky says, oh, great, Phil. Keep that Canadian ideology out of here. Don't bring your Canadian thought processes to America.
What did I even
Skoll
say?
says in 20 years, there's going to be robot football. I would not be opposed to that because a bunch of robots fighting is always fun.
Yeah,
but
have you seen the robot like wrestling matches that they put on movies sometimes that look really cool, like robot boxing?
Sure.
No.
But there's nothing like human football. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, I think you can can those green chilies or use anytime you want. My grandma used to do that on the farm. Okay, well, that was a concern, but I'm sure if you're going to name your place Hatch Burger, you've got a plan. Roll Tide Ryan says, wow, that burger was amazing. I do miss Killer Burger. That was some good stuff. Purple Nurple says, could you imagine how much harder it would be for a punter with a 1,000-foot wide field?
All right. Talk about your coffin corner.
It's
go ahead and hit that one.
I don't think it's I don't think you go 1,000 feet wide. I think maybe 300 feet wide. If you want to make the football field a square. No need to change it. Kyle G says the problem with changing courts or field dimensions is you got to rebuild the stadiums around the fields, and that gets to be very expensive.
Yeah.
Killer Rabbit says Hatchet Burger. Did they call it the Lizzie Borden? No, Hatch Burger, not Hatchet. Hefty Lefty says, does that place have a burger called the Hatchet Wound? Sorry, I must have said it wrong. The Hatch Burger for Hatch Chilies. That's from New Mexico.
The Hatch Burger.
He also says about the pizza crust. He says if they wanted a different buttery crust that would hold up to the weight of toppings, they should have just gone with a brioche crust. Am I saying that right?
Brioche.
Fighting Wampa says, hey, Jeffrey, just put that grill into your dining room. Open up a few windows. You'll be fine. And have all the light you need. I'm tempted. Actually, with a high ceiling, that could work. The Jet says, I'm just joining in. Bring on the fragments. I don't mind. But Phil, it's called Arena Football, and nobody watches it for a reason. And by the way, bacon with a little brown sugar on it, cooked in a Traeger, best bacon in the world.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Ukla the Mock says, oh my God, it gets dark at night. Thank you, Radio Pal. Yeah, I realized it when I was saying it. I will accept your mocking. Gamecock says, baseball is the most boring to watch out of the four major sports. Change my mind.
I agree, actually.
I can't. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
Though, it is different, though, in playoff baseball. Playoff baseball, it changes drastically.
Mm-hmm. No, that's true. That's true. And listen, I like baseball, but if you say the most boring, of course, yeah, baseball is going to get that moniker. But there's other sports that are more boring than even baseball. So Boogie says, my last grill lasted me a very long time. I dropped some serious coin on that. Built-in rotisserie and all that stuff. Had these two mini floodlights in the back that fully lit up the grill. I sure missed that barbecue. Getting legit grilling lights that go in the back or the top of your grill, completely worth it.
Yeah.
Horgon, I don't care. I don't care what you think. You have nothing to do with the recipe book. Leave me alone.
Yeah, Horgon, you heard him. He'll leave you alone so that way you can continue working on your cookbook.
Shut up, Phil. Good Cat says, I think I said this before, but sticky keyboard. That would be a good texture nickname.
Ooh, that is good.
Yeah, let me write that one down.
Good Cat also says, Phil needs the manstitution more than any of us. Yes. You're correct. You'll probably violate most of it.
But not more than some other former co-hosts.
Good Cat also says, speaking of grilling, I'm about to put a 3.3-inch thick pork loin chop on the Weber kettle right now.
Oh.
Sounds good. And he also says, boom goes the lollipop. Is that what Phil says when he puts on an extra small Speedo? Yeah. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, a couple days ago, I saw a special little law documentary on Pat McAfee. The partner, they showed a bunch of clips of him just taking guys out and making great fake pump plays. I don't understand that.
With Pat McAfee, with your punter, your famous
but he would
punter.
do fake punts?
Yeah, he would do fake punts and then toss the old pigskin around and get a first down.
They made a documentary. When he said a little law documentary, I think he probably was voice to text.
Long doctor, maybe. I don't know.
Cowboy Sparky says, good Lord, it gets dark at night. I know. Shocking, right? Lacrosse guy says, Ukla, watch some lacrosse. How about that? Jagdog says, what's the Sun score right now, Phil?
Can't pull it up. Don't know.
Oh, you lying sack. Come on, man. You got it right there. What's the score?
Last I checked, it was 17-7, but let me see.
Wait, Suns, right?
Yeah, of course. No, you would have heard it. You would have heard it first.
That's true. You would have been all over it.
Yeah. Oh,
Lefty,
it's
lefty.
ooh, 32-19.
Ooh. Nude texter. Got to get that one in there.
Oh, yes.
Horgon says most boring sports, any female sports. That's the most boring. Even more boring than baseball.
Women's tennis is pretty impressive. I do like to watch them. And of course volleyball.
Listen, I don't know. I don't know because Megan Rapinoe, the soccer player gal, she went in front of Congress and she says we don't know the real potential of women's sports because of all the inequalities. And that really kind of struck me weird because she's saying, well, we don't get equal pay. We don't get this. And she says a lot of it, like we saw the videos from the NCAA tournament where the men had these giant weight rooms and the women had one stack
that was just absolutely just dismal. Oh, my God.
That was ridiculous. Yeah.
It was kind of, that was an inequality right there. Also, the question is, why not just let the women go work out with the guys? I mean, you're all in the bubble.
Two different states.
Two different states, man.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. So, yeah, fair enough. But here's the thing, though. For women's sports in general, and I know I'm walking a tightrope on this. If there was a demand, don't you think that there'd be more equality in the supply? Meaning, we don't know the real potential of women's sports. My response is, don't we?
No,
because there'd be more crowds going to the ones that exist. There'd be more people paying to watch those things. And when that started to happen, then there would be more of an economy of scale when it came to the sports themselves. There's not that many people going to soccer games in the United States. Now it's growing, and Phoenix Rising has their new little stadium, but for a long time, it was a struggle. They had to build it and they had to work on it to get up to that standard. And now they're doing great. Well, it's got to be the same thing with some of these women's sports. If there was an interest, and if there were people who would go and watch, and if it was, something that people wanted, it would be something people had. And there would be people getting paid for it. I think women should always be paid equal to their male counterparts, but you have to remember to that scale. So if there's not as many people going to a WNBA game as is going to an NBA game, well, the economy of scale is a different situation. You've got, a different level of pay in those situations. So for Megan Rapinoe to go there for Congress to say, well, it's because we're being discriminated against, I don't know that that's absolutely altogether true.
Well, no, keep in mind, Jeffrey, that we're consistently moving and evolving to a point where the foundation of women's sports is vastly improving. So you won't ever see truly the full blossoming effects of what the positive moving forward going with all these foundational pieces that men have had the luxury to go forward with for so long. Think about it in a sense of if somebody's eligible and they're destined to be a good athlete. Let's say like LeBron James, he was going to be a great and tremendous athlete and sports player, no matter which sport he went to. He could have been a tight end. He probably would have been a darn fine tennis player, whatever it was. But NBA, he either had a gift to it, and then on top of it, he was probably more incentivized because on top of him loving it, the money offered to him, it was just tremendous for that.
Really need you to get to a point where we're running out of time.
Right. What I'm saying is that if we have that incentivization and the foundation ability to fully maximize the potential of women in sports and specifically, I think that's
you can't cart before horse, Phil. You can't cart before horse because at the beginning of any given sport, when baseball was brand new, when football was, they were like shut down footballs, too violent. It's a dumb game. And then Teddy Roosevelt had to actually stand up for it and say, no, football's awesome. Let's give this thing a shot. At every start of every sport, you have to start from somewhere, get people interested, and it has to then grow. You can't automatically flip a switch and say, we should have equal pay and equal standards for everything that we do at the WNBA that you do at the NBA. We can't just flip that switch, but it will grow to a certain level if the interest is there. If the people will pay the money to go watch the game, then everything else starts to follow. So I get it. There is discrimination. There is horribleness towards women. And I think we do need to have that equality. But to just say we don't know the real potential of women's sports and that it's all about discrimination, I don't think that's quite fair. I think there also has to be the interest to watch that. And what do you need to have that? The quality. We got to take a break. We'll come back. We'll pick this back up. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Contractors, listen up. This is Bruce Jacobs. Are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go, serving all types of contractors of any size and license in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit cbialliance.com.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Are you seeing what is going on in the home buying market right now? Unbelievable. Not enough inventory, and there is a ton of demand. Some of these homes are getting 30, 40, 50 offers on them. How are you going to stand out? How are you going to differentiate yourself from the other buyers who are in line? I have a way. Use the Lund Mortgage Team. Lund Mortgage Team is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience right here in the Valley. They have a great reputation, and it is a trustworthy pre-approval. And on top of that, they are quick. That's one of the things. You got to come equipped and be ready to buy. So what you need to do is make that first phone call to 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. Get that pre-approval going and then get yourself ready to go buy that home of your dreams. Go online, lundmortgageteam.com, or call 623-875-9940.
Hey guys, listen to The Main Event with me, Stephen McCollum, every Monday through Friday from 1 to 2 p.m. on 1580 The Fanatic. Coming up Thursday, Major League Baseball opening day is almost here. Let's start looking at divisions and what to expect for the 2021 season. NFL free agency news, NBA trade deadline, is it new? Let's look at the moves. Suns try to keep their winning streak alive against the Magic, so join me, Stephen McCollum, on The Main Event Thursday, 1 p.m., 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join. I got my education because of the Guard. I got to travel a little bit and experience a whole different culture. It helped me get my job, it helped me pay for my house.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard. Aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Contractors, listen up. This is Bruce Jacobs. Are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go, serving all types of contractors of any size and license in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit cbialliance.com.
The Fanatic.
Today's Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And I think I stumbled into a bigger conversation than we can have in the last segments of this radio show. So we should probably put a pause on this and bring it up again tomorrow. Again, understand, I'm not coming from a sexist position on this. I am just asking, the honest question. To say that we don't know the true potential of women's sports, I'm just saying, well, there has to be a demand for there to be, the supply. Now, the supply is out there. There are women's sports, but people aren't rushing out to try to watch that. They're not rushing out to, invest in those things. The more that it becomes popular, the more the money becomes a factor, and a lot of people then you'll see that equality.
The WNBA does not make the same as the NBA. Therefore, they can't pay those wonderful women's athletes the same as the NBA players. Now, the same with college sports. They can't afford, the same with the U.S. Female. The female soccer team does not make as much as the men's soccer team. If they were, they should pay them accordingly.
Well, here's the thing that people aren't paying the money for the tickets. The people aren't, they're not drawing the same. If let's say I make a movie, Phil makes a movie, and let's say my movie has explosions and special effects and amazingness, and the other one just has Phil walking around in a Speedo. Guess what? Nobody wants to see that movie.
Exactly.
Everybody's going to
Well,
come
no.
to see my movie.
Yeah.
And so Phil's going to make less money with his movie. And when
Yeah.
it comes to women's sports and men's sports, right now, men's sports are just more popular. You can look at the product of the women's sports and say, okay, why are not more people watching? There's your answer.
Well,
they're just not as good.
But the base foundation and the facilities offered to them should be the same.
I'm not talking about college. Listen, I agree. If you're going to have an NCAA tournament for women, yeah, treat them right. Make sure they have at least the bare minimum of what you need. Yeah, that was some garbage. And then they were saying, well, we just didn't have space for the equipment. And the girl goes, really? And she shows all this giant space.
And the food too. Don't forget about the food.
Don't discriminate against women. I'm not talking about discrimination. I'm against that. Listen, I'm the guy who says if a woman is good enough to play in the NFL or the NBA or Major League Baseball or any of the sports, let them. Why not? But when it comes to women's sports in general, if they are in demand, then there will be a supply of money that follows that creates the equality. So you just got to remember that part. I'm not saying that women aren't good. I'm not saying they're not entertaining. I'm just saying if there's not enough interest, then you can't expect to be paid bazillions of dollars when there's not bazillions of dollars of income following that sport.
If you invest in the women and the talent will grow, so will the demand and interest.
Well, you're putting the cart before the horse. Nobody did that for men's football. Nobody did that for men's back in the 1900s and the 1800s.
So they have a huge head start.
None of those guys got paid. They got food money. Read some books about the history of baseball and the history of basketball and the history of football.
Yeah.
These guys didn't get jack squat at the beginning. The contracts and see today, it was decades and like 100 years to get to this point. So no, you can't equate the two things. And to say, okay, women's sports, you want this, you need to grow to this. You need to provide a quality bit of entertainment every single time, and you will get there. You will get there. But to say that they should be able to leap ahead and we have to invest in that and make it the same for them when the product itself has not reached that same interest and income level, that's reverse. That's reverse discrimination, if you ask me. If it's worth it, it'll grow to it. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. I want to hear from FedFan. FedFan says, shut your mouth, Phil. I don't need a whiny athlete like LeBron James playing the great sport of tennis.
Oh,
well, that's what she was. About.
I know. I was like, what? Wait, what?
Yeah. She does say this. She says, listen, individual women's sports make a ton more money than team sports, i.e. tennis and golf.
Yes.
And that actually makes my
it's
point.
Easier. Yeah, it's easier.
It makes my point that if there is a draw, people want to see the women play tennis more than maybe people want to see the women play baseball or basketball. And so that is where the economy goes. So again, it's not a sexist statement. I'm making a purely business statement. It goes for TV. It goes for radio. If there is something that will draw people to it, the money will be made. And that is where you find your equality. So if you want women's sports to be better, be better.
But keep in mind that all these sports that you're saying that the men helped build up and foster, yes, they did that and they had that. But keep in mind that what now the women are facing is that their inception, whenever they start a league or they're starting a similar thing, they're actually in direct competition that the other leagues did not have to face. Maybe the NFL did with the AFL, but eventually they merged. Basketball, it was at the inception and was created. Baseball, same idea. So they all started with that foundation. And whenever they started, they did not have the other competition that the women now directly have with just men, not even other female led leagues or anything, but just with the indirect competition with the men.
All right. So that's a hump that has to be gotten over, but it's not right to say, okay, if a businessman is going to get involved in women's sports, they have to automatically pay the equal amount of money to the women just because of that, then nobody's going to want to go into that business. it's going to have to grow in the best way that it can. And nothing is going to help it grow faster than having great players. You figure out how to make it work. It sucks that they're starting from a different point, but if it's worth doing, someone will do it. If they're good at their sport, someone will watch. And that's the way it is. So you got to start there and you'll end up there someday. Deflated Balls says, you never hear WNBA players complain about money because they know the league has never made any money. It's totally subsidized, by the way, by the NBA. Baby Got Dak says, Jeffrey, even as you stated a few weeks ago when you were talking about one of the Manstitution laws, a woman should not have to eat a chicken wing clear off the bone to prove they know about sports. Well, men don't have to prove anything like that. Until we say women can instead of women can't, nothing will change. Okay. But I said that wasn't going to be a thing. So I'm not saying women can't. I'm saying women can, but you can't just... You just can't elevate a business model up to an equal standard if you don't have the customers. That's what this is all about, not whether or not women can or can't. I believe women can. I think there's some women that can play in the NBA. I think there's women that can play in the NFL, women who can play in Major League Baseball. All for it, all for equal pay, all the way across the board here, guys. But we're talking about just Megan Rapinoe saying, well, it's just not fair. Well, guess what? Not everything's going to be fair. Women should be treated with respect. Women should be treated as equals when they are in that situation. But we're talking about businesses and entertainment and ticket sales and TV rights. I tell you what, if it was worth it, if it's good, then what'll happen is the TV deals will start to come and people will start to watch. But those things don't happen until there's an interest in it. That's what I'm trying to explain. As attendance improves, as watching improves, then you're going to start to see that scale start to kind of go that way where you find your equality. Prison Wallet says a lot. Holy crap. Jeffrey, I agree with you 100%. If your product doesn't generate the same revenue, then you're not entitled to the same pay. You're entitled to the same percentage, I suppose, but it wouldn't be the same dollar amount. If the public were clamoring for more women's basketball, then we'd have it. Trust me, people in power want to make money. And if they can make money on female sports like they do on male sports, we'd have that. Here's a reality check, Snowflake Phil. Less people are interested in women's sports than they are in men's sports. Attendance proves my point. Of course, not right, but you know what I'm saying.
And you know why? It's because they just don't don't have the same artistry and evolution that the male sports have. I mean, there's just such a long history that has been there that women's do not. That's relatively new.
Hats off to the NBA then for subsidizing the WNBA to give them a boost to get there. So you know what? I'd be okay with the boost to help you get there, but to automatically insist and demand and cry out for inequality in wages when the business model itself hasn't reached that yet. That's all I'm at. That's all I'm getting at. Is nothing against women and in women's sports. If there is a demand, if there is a supply, then you have what you need. 888-368-1580. Leave it to the fourth dimension to deteriorate this conversation, which I should never tried to have with only 40 minutes of show left earlier. Not going to talk about topless tennis, Senior Wake and Bake. Just not going to happen. Hey, Colts fan Dan says, I'll never take business advice from a purple-haired liberal.
Purple-haired?
Megan Rapinoe has the purple hair, so yeah. And Jeffrey, the only movie I'd ever watch you is if it was starring Carson Wentz winning the Super Bowl. Okay, thank you, Colts fan Dan. Fighting Wampa says, hey, guys, I love women. Matter of fact, my mom's a woman. But I agree with Randy. If they're not making as much as the men's sports, and there's no way you can justify paying them as much as the men. That's the way it is. Horgon says, I've been married 3 times. I love women. Most of their sports bore the bejeebers out of me, though. Generate more revenue than men, and then you can keep it all. Uklamak says, I can't read that. That's horrible. Berg says, possibly one of the best ways to watch and listen to the Daily Blender. He's got us on his big screen TV at home there on the YouTube.
Hey, how do I look, huh?
You look mad in that
Berg.
picture.
Yeah.
Phil's like, it looks like Phil's looking up at you and he's scared. And then I don't know. I look like I'm farting. I don't know. I don't know. That's a weird shot, Berg.
Hi.
I'll grab that and share that with the guys.
Hello, Berg.
Yeah, Roll Tide Kara. They used to watch us on the big screen TV there too. So, if you want to see our video feed, you just go to Twitter or Facebook. We're there. Large Marge says it's like being a male soccer player versus a male basketball player. Larger market equals money. Nothing to do with gender.
No,
that's kind of the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah,
yes.
I understand the business aspect of it, and I don't necessarily think I'm even making the point of equal pay currently, because if the market share is not there, it's just a bad business. So I understand that. I think though it's more so just investing in the future and working towards the foundation, so that way the next generation is more skilled and the talent and demand is there.
We're going to have to pick this conversation up again another day because we only got a minute left.
Yeah.
And of course, now all the topless tennis texts are starting to come in, and I can't control this, Boogie. Boogie's like, I'd watch topless tennis all day, man. You think that?
Something to think about. The NBA has been around for over 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
The WNBA has only been here 24 years.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're still growing. They're still, like you said, Phil, but you cannot expect to have the same pay as the NBA. I'm sorry.
Prison Wallet agrees.
There is a new league that started in Atlanta. That's speaking of topless tennis. There's a new league that was started in Atlanta. I believe it's called the Booties and Balls League or something, where they're all wearing short shorts and playing basketball.
I don't think that helps.
Oh, I don't think it helps at all. But I'm just saying, it proves your point that none of us knew about
Boogie,
it.
Why don't you Google that? Yeah, go ahead, Boogie. Google that.
Yeah.
Kyle G says, however, the demand for the NFL wasn't very large until people with money took a risk to make the Super Bowl and merge the leagues. Female sports needs people with money to take those risks and create the supply for that demand. And I think that the NBA is doing that. I'm just saying you can't expect it all at once, but you're right. I think maybe it is time for some very smart business people to start to make some investments to start to bring women's sports to the forefront. See, look at that. We had a very healthy conversation. Nobody called me a misogynistic, sexist son of a bitch. And,
you misogynistic, sexist.
SOB.
No. I
thought nobody was going to call me that.
No.
Killer Rabbit says, I love taking my daughter and nieces to the Mercury with Griner and Taurasi there. We had nice close seats. Yeah, listen, again, not saying anything against it. I'm just saying that you got to be careful when you start screaming for that equality. It's not all that simple. So again, I should not have started that conversation so late in the show. I apologize.
Thanks,
to everybody who didn't get their text read. We'll be back in your radios again tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
If you own or work for a small business and you thought radio advertising was too expensive, listen up. Bruce Jacobs here, and The Fanatic has a fantastic offer to get the word out that your business is open. You'll get a customized advertising campaign, letting our loyal listeners know that you are ready to serve. It's affordable, costing only hundreds, where all the other radio stations charge thousands. So don't wait. This opportunity won't last forever. The Open for Business package is now available. Go to 1580thefanatic.com, find out all the details, and get your small business